The first thing the boy did after being reborn before the apocalypse was to cut off his own hands and feet, just to change his class to a hidden profession. In my past life, I was a level 4 warrior. During a mission, my teammates and I became bait and cannon fodder for the main combat squad, using our lives to lure a level 5 mutant beast into a trap. Watching the corpses of my teammates litter the ground, I have no fear at all of this damn apocalypse. I've long been sick of it. I drew the sword in my hand, ready for the final battle with a level 5 mutant beast, but the power gap was too great. It was no surprise. The mutant beast's claw pierced through my chest. The scene shifts, and I wake up in my own home again. What's going on? Did I not die? I glanced at today's date. It's May 25th, 2117. Isn't this a year ago? I've actually been reborn on the day the apocalypse began. Looking at the company group chat urging us to work overtime, I covered my face and burst out laughing. To hell with going to work. Now I have a chance to live again. This time, I won't be cannon fodder. I won't let anyone exploit me. I will be my own king. Today is the first day of the zombie outbreak. I need to prepare in advance. Otherwise, fall behind every step. You'll be exploited and manipulated like in the previous life. Suddenly, I heard cries for help from outside the door. The next second, the entire door was forcibly broken down. A woman, mutilated beyond recognition, was thrown in front of me. It began. The sign of the apocalypse has appeared. Some humans have lost their minds due to demonic invasion. They have turned into zombies that crave fresh meat. I slowly draw my weapon. The weakness of the zombies is their demonic core. Although the core's location varies for each zombie, with my experience and knowledge from my past life, facing these zombies, who are slightly weaker in strength and speed than humans, is like dealing with children. As long as I calmly find the core position, I can take out a zombie in an instant. With each zombie kill, a notification comes from the void. Kill a level 0 zombie and gain 1 point. I excitedly clench my fists. Very good. Just like in my past life, killing zombies earns points. As the apocalypse arrives, the order of the entire world collapses. All the money turns into worthless paper, not even worth wiping your butt with. Survivors can only rely on exchanges. The stone pillar establishes a point exchange system to obtain points and exchange them at the stone pillar for various items, or change to one of the 3 major professions: archers and mages. After successfully changing jobs, their power and speed will double. In addition to the 3 main classes, there are also legendary hidden classes that are hard to find. This class possesses powers more mysterious and powerful than the 3 main ones. I remember there's a conversion stone pillar near my house. In my past life, I hit it home like everyone else, wasting valuable time earning points in the early stages. I need to get 10 points as soon as possible to redeem the pillar and switch to a level 1 warrior. I can't waste this chance at rebirth. With my appearance, the zombies in the hallway went completely berserk. They all lunged at me. There are just too many zombies. There's no other way. Now we have no choice but to face it head on. I swung the blade, and down it went. A zombie was easily taken out. But suddenly, a hand pressed down on my shoulder. I turned around and saw a zombie. I had no idea when it appeared behind me. Just as it was about to bite me, I hit it with an elbow strike, killing it completely. Tip, earn 1 point. Feeling the intense pain in my arm. My physical strength is still too weak. I need to quickly change my profession to a warrior. Looking at the zombies continuing to rush at me, I grip my knife. Let them all become my points. Then I will use all the skills from my past life. Skills started a fight with the zombies. Not long after, as the last zombie fell, I finally gathered 10 points. Next, I just needed to find the stone pillar to change jobs. But suddenly, I heard a strange sound at the end of the corridor. I saw a glowing blue dog appear in my sight. Seeing this scene, I was drenched in cold sweat. Isn't that the stray dog from the neighborhood? It actually mutated. This is bad. I haven't even completed my job transition. There's no way I can be a match for a mutated beast, even if it's a level 0 mutated beast. Without a second thought, I turned and ran. But unfortunately, my speed was no match for the mutated beast. It bit down on one of my legs. Then it threw me with force, tossing me outside the apartment complex. I picked up a piece of glass as a weapon. Even if I die, I'm taking you down with me. But for some reason, the mutated beast suddenly leapt over my head. It came up behind me, standing there without any intent to attack. I was completely confused by this. What does it mean? Is it after me? But soon I figured out the reason. Turns out, there's a treasure trove behind the mutant beast. Treasure troves are extremely rare. No one knows where it will appear. But every time a treasure spot is found, it triggers fierce battles. Because entering it allows you to exchange for higher level items. And the earlier you get in, the rarer and more powerful the items. No wonder this beast is acting like this. It seems to have found the treasure spot long ago. But unfortunately, only humans can enter the treasure land. You, a mutated beast, might as well give up on that. I cautiously moved toward the treasure. Instantly, it alerted to my presence. It charged straight at me. Damn it. Either way, I'm dead. I'll fight you to the end. I raised a glass in my hand, ready to strike. But I still overestimated myself. I had no chance of winning in a direct confrontation. The mutated beast bit my arm in one go. Then it yanked hard. I let out a heart-wrenching scream. I quickly retreated. My entire arm was gone. Damn it. Stay calm. There's still a chance. Anyway, the arm can be restored through an upgrade. As long as I get through this, it's no big deal. No matter what, I must enter this treasure trove. This is my only chance to survive. I'll fight you for it. When the mutated beast charged at me, I crouched down. At the moment of the attack, I jumped high. I charged straight towards the treasure. I was just 1 step away from entering. But the mutated beast reacted quickly, and bit down on one of my legs. I swung the blade in my hand. The wolf ruthlessly cut off its own leg. Since you want it, here you go. In the next moment, with no obstacles, I finally rushed into the treasure room. Then, I appeared in front of the treasure chest. Finally made it in. For this moment, I've paid a terrible price. I hope what's inside won't disappoint me. After opening the treasure chest, I found a scroll inside. It turned out to be the legendary hidden class advancement scroll. I'm rich. With this, I can get ahead of everyone else. As I touched it, the class change officially began. A prompt echoed through the void. Congratulations, host, you have successfully transferred to the Soul Master class. The job change has concluded. My arms and legs healed instantly. I finally won the gamble. I wonder what the innate skill of a Soul Master is. Typically, the 3 main professions start with F-grade skills. I wonder if my hidden class is powerful. Then the system provided a prompt. Host level 1 Soul Master. Mansui Lindong gains the exclusive skill Soul Realm. Mansui Lindong, the Soul Realm is the space of the Soul Pet. The host can obtain 1 more Soul Realm for each level up. Then my Soul Pet appeared right in front of me. Next, the Soul Pet flew straight at my forehead. It merged with my body, Mansui Lindong. After merging with the Spirit Beast, the battle form was fully activated. I carefully sensed the basic attributes after the merge. I found it unbelievable, Lindong. It actually surpasses the 3 major professions by a large margin. Just based on this, I am invincible at the same level. I can even fight above my level. I've never heard of such a powerful hidden class before. Now, the mutated beasts outside can't stop me anymore. Once I walk out of here, it'll truly be like a vast ocean for fish to leap. The sky's the limit for birds to fly. The first thing the young man did after being reborn before the apocalypse was to cut off his own hands and feet, all just to change to a hidden class. After entering the treasure land, I successfully changed my class to the hidden profession of Soul Master. Feeling the immense power within me, I can hardly believe it. The mutated beasts outside are no longer a match for me. It's time to go out and deal with them. At this moment, the mutated beasts are still lingering near the treasure land, not leaving. Suddenly, the treasure land shakes violently, drawing their attention. Then one foot stepped out. I, Hu Hansen, have returned. Are you ready to die? When the mutated beast saw me come out, it immediately took an aggressive stance. But I couldn't care less. Thanks to you, I was able to enter this treasure place. How should I thank you? Why not let me meet the king of hell at the fastest speed? It seemed to understand my mockery. The mutated beast launched an attack in an instant. It lunged at me, standing there with my hands in my pockets. The mutated beast missed its target. Taking this opportunity, I kicked it in the abdomen. But instead, I was sent flying. How is this possible? How can it have such strong inner energy? It seems that even with my class change boosting my physical abilities by twofold, it's still too much to handle this beast. In that case, I'll activate my ultimate skill. Battle mode activated. Soul Beast Fusion. In an instant, I reached my peak combat power. Watching the mutated beast pounce again, I didn't feel the slightest panic. I sneered with contempt. Too weak. I casually kicked out. The mutated beast was sent flying. It howled in pain. Then, I activated the S-rank skill, Soul Strike. This skill can damage the enemy's soul. The next moment, the mutated beast let out a piercing scream. Before long, it was spitting blood, trembling, and collapsed on the ground. It was breathing shallowly, looking like it was about to die. This is the power of an S-level soul skill. It also shows the strength of the Soul Master. Just standing there, they can bring someone to the brink of death. Wait a moment. It seems a bit off. This creature doesn't look like it's about to die. Could it be? Before I could finish my surprise, the mutated beast suddenly stood up. It opened its mouth and roared at the sky. Its already sharp fangs instantly grew longer, nearly doubling in size. S-class battle skill awakened. And there's no limit to the amplification. The more damage, the stronger it becomes. I didn't expect this mutant beast to have an S-class skill too. The situation's not looking good right now, even though they're both level 1. And both have S-class skills. It's hard to say who will win. But I've already secured the treasure. There's no need to fight to the death over it. It's better to retreat for now. After thinking it through, I leaped backward. I turned around and ran toward the mall exit. Along the way, I grabbed the store shelf. I pulled it back hard. The shelf toppled with a crash. I pinned the mutant beast chasing after me firmly underneath. This creature is really too bizarre. The more injured it is, the stronger it becomes. With this S-level ability, it will definitely dominate in the future. But why have I never heard of it in my past life? Forget it. I should focus on the important matters first. I remember it was the third day after the apocalypse. A large treasure site will appear in Jiangbin Park not far away. Inside, there's the extremely rare skill book of darkness. There are also high-level items like F-grade protection jade. A chance to live a new life. How could I miss such an opportunity? But the large treasure site is extremely dangerous. I'd better go to the exchange pillar to get some items first. Suddenly, I heard a terrifying noise nearby. Then I saw something unbelievable. The area in front of the community was packed with hordes of zombies. The speed of the collapse was astonishing. Such a large community was gone in no time. No wonder so many people rushed out in my previous life. I never saw those people again. Turns out they all perished here. But if I want to redeem the stone pillar, this is the only way. There's no other option. We can only force our way through. After rushing into the group of undead, I used my bare hands to pierce straight through the chest of one of them. Looking at the horde swarming towards me, I immediately switched to battle mode. Get the hell out of my way. In this life, no one can stop me. God's in my way will be killed. Who is in my way will be killed. Everyone die. Let out. The fight ended just 1 minute after I activated battle mode. All the enemies fell. At this moment, I stood before the exchange pillar. Finally, I see you again. I reached out and pressed my hand against the stone pillar. A prompt immediately appeared in the void. Welcome to the exchange system. Please choose the items you wish to exchange. The youth has been reborn before the apocalypse. He successfully class changed to a powerful hidden class, Soul Master. In order to exchange for the stone pillar and obtain the Dao True, I activated the Soul Master's battle form and charged into the zombie horde. In just a minute, I took care of them easily. I just took down a group of zombies. I finally activated the exchange system. At first, I thought the item bar was pretty ordinary. There wasn't anything high-end. Then I thought about buying some healing supplies to patch up the wounds left from fighting the zombies. Looking at the dazzling array of potions, it really is much more abundant than before. I never expected that the items in the exchange system would indeed be high quality. But the prices are absurdly high. My measly points can't cover it at all. Out of desperation, I had to spend 100 points to buy a low-grade healing potion. I downed it in one go, and the healing effect was impressive. All my injuries were restored to 100%. I decided to squander the remaining points. Then, I crushed them in my hand. Instantly, I felt an incredible sense of relief. My physical abilities improved by about 0.5 times. After spending all the points, I had no choice but to return to the shelter. But the next treasure location is about to open. I need to get some more gear. It's time to take a shot at turning my bike into a motorcycle. But the Soul Master profession has a natural disadvantage. From the start, it has fewer skills compared to other professions. I can only try to make up for it by getting some large-scale destructive weapons. After gearing up with a bunch of axes, swords, spears, and clubs, I headed out again, ready to farm some monsters. But just as I passed a corner by a wall, I suddenly heard cries for help coming from a distant shop. In the dark hallway, there were shadowy figures everywhere. A brother and sister were terrified, facing a large group of zombies. The brother was covered in blood, yet he still protected his sister behind him. But due to the overwhelming number of zombies, they had lost all hope of breaking through. The sister was filled with dread, frantically asking her brother what to do. The older brother's face was filled with determination. He bent down to pick up a steel pipe. He was ready to fight with all his might to carve out a bloody path to cover his sister's escape. He saw a large group of zombies charging toward him. He grabbed the steel pipe and jumped into the air. He was prepared to unleash a set of aerial strikes. However, the zombies were clearly faster than him. She threw a punch straight at him and smashed her brother hard into the wall. Then she collapsed weakly to the ground. The sister screamed hysterically, calling for her brother. She quickly crawled over to check his injuries, but the zombie behind had already caught up and ambushed her. The brother shouted a warning, but it was too late. He could only watch as the zombie was about to tear her apart on the spot, becoming zombie feed. At this critical moment, an axe viciously split the zombie factory. A glimmer of hope instantly appeared in the siblings' eyes. I stomped the zombie underfoot, making a stylish and bold entrance. Then I swiftly pulled out the axe. and began hacking away at the zombies like chopping vegetables. As the blade flashed continuously, the zombies were instantly dead beyond dead. They turned into sweet points earned. The brother and sister were instantly stunned, frozen in place, not knowing what to do. I turned my head and quickly called them to hurry up and run. Seeing they were saved, the siblings showed excited smiles. I grinned at them with a wild and arrogant smile, radiating an air of dominance. Slashing zombies ahead to clear the path, the brother quickly grabbed his sister's hand and rushed to escape. But the next second, their steps halted, frozen in place, as if they'd seen something unbelievable. They saw hordes of red-eyed zombies, now acting like a flock of sheep. I was slashing left and right through the horde of zombies, grabbed Ryu's wildly spinning chainsaw. They were the fish, and I was the butcher. I leaped into the air, bathed in the blood of the zombies, like a chainsaw-wielding slaughterer, terrifying beyond measure. The man before me was reborn. He slaughtered hundreds of zombies with just one hand. Single-handedly, he ushered in a new era. The post-apocalyptic era. Here, countless zombies, which appear evil to most people, are like ants he could crush with a single step. He only needs to wave his arm slightly to kill them all. The man thought he could rely on this great power to rule in this era, doing whatever he wanted. However, what he didn't know was that mutant species were spreading, and danger was quietly approaching him. It turns out that in this world, money has become worthless, and survival of the fittest is the only rule. Here, people accumulate points to enhance one's abilities, continuously breaking through limits. Thus, three major professions support this: world, mage, warrior, and archer. However, there is also a mysterious profession that remains unsolved, because this is a profession with even greater power. Just a few days ago, the man, with his invincible legend, rescued 2 survivors. The people repeatedly thanked the man who saved their lives, almost kneeling before him. But the man was indifferent, not caring about such trivial matters. He waved his hand and was about to leave. Just as he was about to disappear, the surviving woman suddenly called out to him. She still decided to tell the man. It turned out that there was a large stockpile of weapons at the police station. This could make up for the man's combat losses. The woman still had her own motives. It turned out that the police station was now surrounded by many undead. She hoped the man could go and deal with this matter, to save the remaining survivors. Before the woman could finish speaking, the man vanished in an instant not far away. Seeing the man's sudden move, both of them were quite startled, but one felt more confident. The street outside the police station was desolate and lifeless. A bloody smell lingered in the air. Seeing everything before him, the man had already sensed it. He knew he couldn't stay here for long. However, before the man could retreat, there was a sudden loud bang. Countless zombies were blasted into the air. The next second, a pair of crimson eyes locked onto the man. It's slowly moving this way. So it turns out the mutant species had erupted. Every giant rat is trampling humanity underfoot. One man is quick-witted. He hides behind a stone pillar. He decides to take a different path. He'll catch this damn rat off guard. He intends to put it to death. But in the next moment, the scene before the man completely shattered his worldview. He saw not only giant rats here, but also countless zombies wandering around. Meanwhile, inside the police station, there were countless imprisoned zombies about to break free. The chief's beloved daughter had tragically died at the hands of zombies and mutated giant rats. Looking at his daughter dying miserably, the director decides to fight the zombies with no regard for his life. Time waits for no one. Not long after, the zombies had already broken free and were running outside wildly. The scent of the director's blood drove them into a frenzy. They wanted nothing more than to tear the director apart. The director raised his handgun, ready to fight back with all his might. But at the critical moment, the bullet got jammed in the gun. Just when the chief thought he was doomed, an axe came flying over. It took out the zombie instantly. Turns out, the man arrived at the last second. He effortlessly killed zombie after zombie along the way. He had already racked thousands of points easily. This scene made everyone watching question whether the man was really human. But it was precisely because of the man's overwhelming power that the director couldn't help but have a terrifying thought. The man lived in a post-apocalyptic world, where money had become worthless. To survive, he had to keep killing the zombie beasts, to earn the points needed for survival, in order to reach the soon-to-appear treasure. When you must prepare weapons to combat the undead beasts, because everyone who entered this place in the last life unquestionably obtained extremely powerful weapons. He arrived at the police station mentioned by the siblings. After he saved the surviving officer, the officer was stunned by his actions. They had never seen someone who could easily come and go among the undead. Not only could they evade the attacks of the undead, but they could also take them down. Just as several police officers were frozen in place, a female officer shouted for them to run. Otherwise, another wave of undead would be upon them soon. At this moment, the police chief stands in front of Wenyu and tells him that he's the police chief. He keeps praising Wenyu's impressive skills. However, Wenyu is curious as to why he's not leaving. But the chief suddenly speaks up. He hopes Wenyu can do him a favor. Just as Wenyu wonders what the favor is, the chief looks towards the little girl lying quietly in the distance. The chief walked over to the little girl and then picked her up. The chief told Wenyu that just now, he was planning to flee this place with his daughter, but they were chased by the mutated rats, and his daughter was killed by them. So he wanted to ask Wenyu to avenge her. However, Wenyu told the director that with just the 2 of them, there's no way they could defeat so many mutant rats. But the director, with a confident look, said that he had a way to kill those rats. The director explained to Wenyu that originally there was only a group of mutant rats outside the police station, but in order to avenge his daughter, so he lured the zombies over by himself. According to his plan, he made the zombies and mutant rats fight each other, but the result was the opposite of what he expected. The number of mutant rats didn't decrease. Instead, it kept increasing. Seeing the mutant rats that killed his daughter, the chief came up with an idea. Because he has enough bombs in his hands, if he lights all the bombs, he can completely eliminate the mutated rats. Then the director told Wenyu that he would attract all the mutated rats. After that, he would detonate the bombs and perish with them. At that time, Wenyu just needs to kill any that escape. Wenyu asked him if the plan was feasible. After all, he didn't want to risk his life to help someone he just met. The chief told him that if he rushed in and the bomb exploded, Wenyu would just need to clean up the mess. If it didn't explode, then he should run away quickly. Wenyu didn't understand why he was so determined to go in. The chief told him the real murderer who killed his daughter is inside. The ones outside are just his underlings. Suddenly, the chief grabbed a bomb with one hand and charged toward the swarm of rats. He shouted for Wenyu to clear a path for him. Wenyu unhesitatingly helped him until the chief avoided the rat swarm. Wenyu stands behind the chief, blocking the incoming rats for him, because he believes that to avenge his daughter, he's even willing to sacrifice his life. This man is worth doing that for. Meanwhile, The chief crashes through the window into the room, dragging his exhausted body. He walked deeper into the room. What came into view was a level 2 mutated Rat King, looking at the murderer in front of him. The image of his daughter being killed by it flashed in the director's mind. The cries to help his daughter echoed in his mind. Those cries drove the director to despair. He hated this murderer who had killed his daughter. At that moment, far off in the there was a flitter of movement. When you stared in the direction of the chief, following Ling's movements, but there was still no sign of his soldier, casually following Ling's movements. Casually following Ling's movements. The rat swarm was also gathering in the direction of the Rat King. When you was worried if the plan had failed. Could it be that the chief had already been killed? Can you believe it? Such an adorable little mouse in front of you. Even a massive bomb couldn't destroy it. Ever since the police chief entered the room with the bomb, Wenyu has been keeping a close watch on the situation inside. However, there was no movement in the room. The bomb hadn't gone off either. At that moment, a swarm of rats suddenly rushed into the room. Suddenly, an explosion rang out. The position of the Rat King has successfully exploded. According to the previous agreement, Wenyu just needs to clean up the remaining threats. He can fulfill the director's final wish. But the bomb's power is extremely strong. The rat swarm has basically been wiped out. And a large number of attribute crystals have been blasted out. Wenyu doesn't even need to lift a finger. A large number of magic crystals can be harvested. Not only are the first level magic crystals, but even rare dual attribute beast fire magic crystals. Wenyu fed all the collected magic crystals to his summoned beast. Then he looked towards the explosion site of the director. What he didn't expect was, there was still something wriggling under the ruins. Wenyu thought the director was still alive, and hurriedly ran over to check. By the time he reached the ruins, the sounds from beneath the rubble were growing louder. Suddenly, a black figure emerged. Wenyu was stunned by the shadow before him. It turned out that the second-level mutated Rat King was still alive. The Rat King crawled up in front of Wenyu, but Wenyu remained unresponsive. It was as if his feet were glued to the ground. At that moment, the director crawled out from the rubble. He asked Wenyu to help him kill the Rat King. This was because the massive influx of rats had absorbed a significant amount of damage. Neither he nor the Rat King had been killed in the explosion, but the Rat King had been severely injured by the blast. If we wait for it to recover, both of them might lose their lives here. Wenyu confidently agreed to the director's request. Although the Rat King is a level 2 mutated beast, it's seriously injured now. Killing it would be like taking candy from a baby. The Rat King is trying to recover its strength faster. Then it charged at Wenyu. As long as it devours Wenyu, it can regain some of its power. However, there's no way Wenyu would surrender without a fight. He jumped back, dodging the Rat King's attack. Then he unleashed his first skill, Soul Strike. This is an S-rank skill. The mental attack was extremely fierce. Wenyu's eyes shot out 2 beams of laser. They hit the Rat King's weak spot. The Rat King collapsed instantly after being hit. After twitching a few times, it stopped breathing. Wenyu slowly walked toward the Rat King's body. Then, he raised the axe in his hand. With a swift move, he cleanly decapitated the Rat King. Meanwhile, Wenyu also earned 153 points. The director looked at the Mouse King's body. He knew he had finally avenged his daughter. Then he knelt in front of Wenyu, thanking him for avenging his daughter. He never expected that a rough old man could have a tender side. Then he shared half of the magic crystal he had just obtained with the director. After all, he risked his life to earn these magic crystals. After avenging the bureau chief, Wenyu plans to leave this place. He will head to Jiangbin Park, because in his past life, the treasure appeared at Jiangbin Park. Now, Wenyu is at level 1 pinnacle, and he's accumulated over 1,000 points. Entering the treasure land is no longer a problem. Based on the memories of my previous life, the treasure land will appear tonight. Suddenly, a roar came from afar. Wenyu focused his gaze, and it was actually a black-maned lion. Wenyu recognized it at a glance. This male lion is named Simba. His strength is formidable. In his previous life, Simba was able to control this city all on his own. Whenever he appeared, whether it was for professionals or ordinary people, Lin Dong was an extremely terrifying presence. The memories of his past life told him, as long as you encounter Simba, you won't leave alive. But Wenyu couldn't figure out why Simba suddenly appeared here. When the Lion King Simba became a mutated monster, how powerful could he be? Wenyu looked at the mutated Simba before him, and couldn't help but feel fear, because in a previous life, its appearance turned an entire city into ruins. Now that it has reappeared, it indicates that this city is very likely to fall. We see mutated Simba shoot energy from its mouth, destroying everything around. Even the zombies feel fear. Whether for humans or zombies, mutated Simbas are extremely terrifying beings. Even beasts of level 3 to 5 are no match for them, because anyone who's ever seen a mutated Simba has never lived to tell the tale. At this moment, the mutated Simba seemed to sense something, and started walking in Wenyu's direction. Luckily, Wenyu escaped just in time, or else he would have already been the Simba's meal. To survive in this city, Wenyu must obtain powerful weapons, but the prerequisite for obtaining weapons is to gain a lot of points. Because the treasure land is about to open, without enough points, you cannot enter the treasure land. So Wenyu decides to clear the zombies. After gaining points, they immediately headed to the treasure site. Just as Wenyu was killing the zombies, a team approached. They also seemed to be after the treasure. Because the mutated Simba had drawn away a large number of zombies, this was the perfect time to find the path to the treasure site. Some of them suspected the entrance was here, but they searched for a long time. They hadn't found the entrance yet. Just as they were about to give up, the blonde in the group found a pendant. It was a moon-shaped pendant. The leading man suspected it was related to the treasure, so he picked it up. But after picking it up, the pendant suddenly floated in the air. Just as the group was confused, a massive vortex appeared in the sky. The man knew that the treasure land had revealed itself. This vortex was the entrance to the treasure land. At the same time, Wenyu, who was hunting the undead, also noticed the vortex in the sky. He knew this was the entrance to the treasure land. As long as Wenyu avoids Simba's attention and sneaks into the treasure site, there's a chance to obtain powerful weapons inside. Not long after, Wenyu arrived at the entrance. Looking at the massive entrance, he guessed it was a top-tier treasure site. The weapons inside must be incredibly powerful, but the type of treasure site couldn't be determined, so it was impossible to assess the danger inside. However, Wenyu still stepped in without hesitation. As the saying goes, fortune favors the bold. You can't catch tiger cubs without entering the tiger's den. When Wenyu entered the treasure trove, Simba also sensed someone had entered. He then began to roar incessantly at the entrance. By the time Wenyu entered the inner chamber, he is very certain this is a prime piece of land, but it has long been claimed by others. The previous team is also here. When the blonde saw Wenyu enter, he wanted to take him out. However, their captain ordered the blonde to stop, because this treasure land does not allow humans to kill each other. Wenyu is very aware of this as well. Otherwise, he would have already taken them all down. Before Baudi finished reading the rules, that team started the Baudi challenge. Based on Wenyu's previous life experience, Baudi has its own consciousness. With this group ahead making mistakes, he could gain some insight into Baudi. The first and second challenges were quite easy, just dealing with lower level zombies. The rewards are also some low level weapons. However, by the third level, that person was directly defeated, because the monster in the third level is a 4 attribute zombie, equivalent to a level 4 mutated monster. The zombie only used one move, to pin them to the ground, unable to fight back. After Wenyu learned about the challenge of the treasured land, he could wait to start the challenge, following Lin's steps. The first and second stages involved low-level zombies. Wenyu quickly dealt with them. Then, he reached the third stage where Huang Mao failed. The man had just entered a mysterious treasure site, when a giant zombie lunged at him. However, the man wasn't panicked at all, because this is the challenge of the treasure land. Previously, Wenyu had already passed the first 2 levels. This enormous zombie is the third level. The zombie lunged at him. Wenyu simply sidestepped. He easily avoided it. Then he took out the weapon obtained from the previous level. With one strike, he kills the zombie. The reward for the third level is a bottle of basic healing potion. But these low-level rewards are simply not enough for Wenyu, because he knows that as long as he completes the levels in the treasure land, he can obtain an extremely powerful weapon. He radiated blue light from his eyes, and confidently said, "Let's move on to the next level." Then, some zombies rushed towards him. By the time Wenyu challenged the 8th level, he was also showing signs of fatigue. Wenyu looked at the rewards for each level, and couldn't help but feel delighted. The F-grade protective jade can withstand a monster's full attack, along with a space movement scroll for teleportation, and a spatial storage ring. The rewards, including a card that can store a smile, were already very rich. Even the people nearby were envious. Wenyu immediately pocketed the reward. For him, these were life-saving measures. However, before Wenyu could react, the system prompted him that the 9th level had opened. Wenyu felt a bit at a loss, because he hadn't activated the 9th level. How could the challenge be initiated on its own? A mysterious gate appeared before Wenyu. Several lines of mysterious text appeared in front of the gate. Wenyu looked at the gate that had appeared before him. He seemed to have thought of something. This gate is highly likely the Demon Realm Gate. It is exactly the same as what Wenyu saw in his past life. Only this time, the Demon Realm Gate is much smaller than in the previous life. But why has the gate to the Demon Realm appeared at this time? This left Wenyu utterly perplexed. Just then, a voice came through. It asked him how he knew about the Demon Realm Gate. The voice claimed to be the guardian of this land. Wenyu couldn't see him at all, but in his memories from his past life, there was no mention of a guardian in this land. The guardian told Wenyu that only he could hear his words. The group outside had no idea about their conversation. The guardian reminded Wenyu that a big creature is sealed behind the gate of the Demon Realm. With Wenyu's abilities, he only has a 10% chance of passing the final challenge. A black claw stretched out from the door. Seeing the black claw in front of him, Wenyu shouted, "There's only a 10% chance. Then why are we still opening the final gate?" Before Wenyu could finish speaking, the monster behind the door had already appeared. It was 8 feet long. It has 4 arms. Its appearance is extremely terrifying. Wenyu was also too scared to move. The guardian of the treasure told him that this monster is an ancient demon, the leader among monsters. It is also the ruler of the demon realm, and the attributes of the ancient demon. He's already surpassed level 20, and he has an SS level attack skill. Within 10 seconds, anything his attack touches will be instantly destroyed. It ignores both levels and defensive items. So the items Wenyu obtained earlier can't defend against the ancient demon's attacks. The guardian of the sacred land just finished speaking. The ancient demon rushed towards Wenyu. Wenyu was shocked by the speed of the ancient demon. The ancient demon moved incredibly fast. It was like a flash of lightning, soaring into the sky. Then, it delivered a heavy punch towards Wenyu. Wenyu immediately dodged. Just thinking about the ancient demon's SS level skill, Wenyu couldn't help but shudder in his heart, ignoring defense and levels. As long as Wenyu made the slightest contact, he would be instantly reduced to ashes. Facing him head-on, he definitely wasn't a match for the ancient demon, as long as he could dodge the ancient demon's attacks. For 10 seconds, moving with the flow until the demon's skill ended. Counter-attack. At this moment, the ancient demon unleashed a skill. It charged towards Wenyu. It swung its arms to attack. Wenyu, relying on over a year of combat experience, moved with Lin. He dodged the first few attacks, but he was blocked by a stone pillar, hindered by Lin. The ancient demon's skill has 6 seconds left. In the face of the ancient demon's attack, can Wenyu turn danger into safety?
Nostalgia's got spent. First of the month comes, gotta pay rent. Where the money goes slipping through my hands. I'm working with these hands. Little Johnny needs a lunchbox. Little Susie needs clothes and it won't stop. Thanks calling us something they don't care. It's more than I can bear. I gotta believe I can more than survive. Still one trick up my sleeve. We're gonna make this one shot. I gotta believe I can more than survive. Still one trick up my sleeve. We're gonna make this one shot. 俺が守る
俺は俺の責務を全うする。ここにいる者は誰も死なせない。
Mom crying on the sofa. Dad goes home but he's not sober. When the family go up and smoke again, feels just like sinking sand. I gotta believe.
世界は残酷なんだ。何にも変わってねえなお前は。何にもできねえじゃねえかよ。
死んでたまるか。
We're gonna make this one shot.
On the day of the wedding, the husband proposes a divorce. This is because the bride's heart already belongs to someone else. On what should be the happiest day, the man won't even lift her veil. In the bridal chamber, he is even more direct. He brought up wanting a divorce. Patiently went through the wedding procedures. The man gave a cold snort. He stood up from the marriage bed. Since he chose to marry into the MO family, there are some things that should be made clear from the start. The man stood with his hands behind his back. The marriage between the two families was always a political alliance. He doesn't want it. His wife has someone else in her heart. She probably doesn't want it either. But since she married into the MO family, she's a member of the MO family. As long as she can behave herself, he will also respect the title of the young mistress of the MO family. In front of outsiders, they will present themselves as a loving couple. After 2 years, when he has established himself in the MO family, he will naturally agree to separate from her. At that time, she could have taken her dowry back with her to find her beloved sweetheart. After saying this, she fell silent and quietly waited for the girl's response. But according to rumors, Miss Xian's temperament is probably already quite upset now. What MO Dasha said is just what I wanted. The girl's voice under the cover is clear and pleasant. Unexpectedly, there's no anger as the man imagined. But that's fine. It saves him from having to say more. In that case, I will sleep in the study from now on. At this moment, the young woman called out to the man who was about to leave. MO Tan thought Xinyan Yu was going to change her mind. But the young woman slowly stood up. Since they were now husband and wife, it was inevitable that in the future, they would put on a show in public. At that moment, the young woman lifted her veil. Reveal a face that is already stunningly beautiful. If one must play a role outside, the young master can't possibly not recognize his own wife, right? At this moment, the man is already flustered. Such extraordinary beauty. Could it really come from a political marriage? This face, as the young master of the family noted down, he actually removed the bridal veil himself. Just as rumored, he's unruly. Although he's saying that, the blush on his face has already given him away. Hearing this, Xian Yuan sighed helplessly. He quickly walked to the door. I'm a bit tired, young master Mo. After pushing the door open, the girl stared directly at the man. No, wait, I should call him husband now. Just calling him husband instantly made the man seem completely worthless. It's the feeling of falling in love. But the girl's next words told him back to reality directly. Please, my husband, go rest in the study. Being kicked out of the room, Mo felt a bit disheveled. His heart a mix of emotions. He didn't know what it felt like. You're not being outdone by the bride, are you? Thrown out of the room, right? The man pretended to stay calm and cleared his throat. He instructed the servants not to mention this to anyone. The little squid scratched his head. This is the young master's wedding night. Who knows how many eyes are watching? We all thought the young master would just put on a show with the young mistress. Who would have thought the young master was so useless? He was kicked out of the bridal chamber by his new wife. It seems this young mistress isn't easy to deal with either. The man suddenly turned his head. He looked anxiously at the brightly lit bridal chamber, wondering what she might be thinking right now. The Xinyan family and the MO family are renowned families. In this world, their marriage is highly regarded by the public. But just the day before their wedding, the bride-to-be, Xinyan Yu, publicly declares her affection for another man. Even in public, she was pulling and tugging with Seekong. It can be said that the whole city was buzzing with gossip. No wonder when Mo Tan arrived, he treated her so coldly. After all, young Master Mo hates this kind of woman the most. But as the heir of the MO family, all the processes. But what he doesn't know is, all the rumors and misunderstandings have nothing to do with the girl in front of him, not in the slightest. Just 1 month before the wedding, the head of the Xian family spoke earnestly. They asked Xinyan Yu whether she agreed to this marriage alliance. After all, this was crucial for both great families. Xinyan Yu did not resist the idea. Since the Xinyan family wanted to repay them this way, she naturally had nothing to say. In the bridal chamber, Xinyan Yu let out a long sigh of relief. Thinking back on the man's earlier words, the young girl couldn't help but smile slightly. That's fine too. It's much easier than I expected. In the study, the dim yellow oil lamp was especially glaring tonight. The man kept envisioning that detestable face. It's clear he's the one who neglected that woman. How does it seem? Like he was driven away by her. The next morning, the little octopus's voice made. The little octopus covered its face in disbelief. News came in that there was a new selected Indian tribe in the southwest, but because the scale is relatively small, and Mo just got married yesterday, we didn't mention this to him. But upon hearing the situation, the man decisively chose to go check it out. Little Fish was a bit confused. Investigating the demon clan's disturbance the day after his wedding, to put it nicely, it shows a sense of duty. To put it bluntly, even a fool can tell that the two of them aren't getting along anymore. And thinking back to last night when he was kicked out, little octopus suddenly had a look of realization. The young master must be holding a grudge against the young madam for her coldness last night. That's why he's choosing to ignore her now. At this time, the man is already ready to go. The demon clan has just been driven back. For a while, they shouldn't be able to make a comeback. But at this moment, they are making moves again. I wonder what these evil cultists are up to. Little octopus leans against the window frame, feeling sentimental. Poor young lady of the house. Marrying me, she has to face family troubles. As expected, the mistress on the other side, upon learning this, indeed smiled slyly. Several concubines also wore expressions of ill intent. Oh dear. On the wedding night, the new bride is left alone in the empty room. Our groom is being rather inconsiderate. But at this moment, the lady interrupted their gossip. The new bride will come to serve tea shortly. As her elders, you must guide her well. Before long, the young girl gracefully entered the hall. Judging by Xinyan Yu's expression alone, there was no sign of last night's grievance. The madam also welcomed her with a smile. Then, right in front of outsiders, she brought up what happened to Xinyan Yu last night, ignoring Mo Yen. She even said that if anything like that happens again, as the lady of the house, she could take charge for her. Then she cast a glance at the maid. Xinyan Yu stared at the teacup, lost in thought. If she were obedient now, she serves tea to the woman. That means it confirms what the mistress just said. Thinking of this, the young girl felt a chill. There's something I'd like to ask the lady. I wonder if the lady has heard anyone's nonsense. Did she think I was wronged by my husband? And she made a point of saying it in front of so many people. If it causes any unnecessary misunderstandings, that would be troublesome. The mistress hasn't even responded yet. But the two ladies next to her couldn't wait to speak. On the wedding night, young Master Mo slept in the study. And today, he left home early for a long trip. No matter how you look at it, it seems like he's dissatisfied with this marriage. The matron at the side was intently fiddling with the ring in her hand. She seemed not to hear the couple's dispute. Even if Mo Tan sought out a marriage alliance with the Xinyan family, so what? He just got married and already neglects his wife. She doesn't believe the Xinyan family would be indifferent to this. The lady is not the husband's biological mother. It's just that old Master Mo found a new wife later. As soon as these words were spoken, the mistress was taken aback. I didn't expect this young girl to already know about this matter. Xinyan Yu sighed helplessly. No wonder the lady has misunderstandings about us as a couple. The young girl stood proudly, completely unconcerned about the mistress's clenched fists. The two of them are no ordinary couple. They represent the union of two great families. As a wife, she naturally has to be considerate of her husband, so he can focus on his tasks without worry. At this point, the young girl gave Dmitri a meaningful look, rather than being like some people who listen to idle gossip, peeking into someone else's private affairs. Just as the mistress was about to lose her temper, the girl quickly spoke up, interrupting her spellcasting. She reminded the lady that as the head of the household, she shouldn't behave like an ordinary woman. With such pettiness, the girl's words made the young maid tremble with fear. But it's not her fault for being so timid. She confronted the lady right from the start. It was also the first time seeing this. The tea is getting cold. Now, please drink it while it's hot. After offering the tea, the girl didn't look back. Where still needs to pay respects to her late mother-in-law. So I won't disturb you, while you enjoy your tea. The lady was so angry that she was shaking all over. Just walked in and started confronting her, and right in front of everyone too. Specifically asked to pay respects to Moi's biological mother. Completely disregarded her as the mistress of the house. Just stepped out of the courtyard, when the short-skirted maid started whispering. She was muttering to herself. She was almost scared to death by her own lady just now. Who goes head to head with their mother-in-law right away? She has already foreseen how bleak the future will be. Haven't you realized it yet? The girl's comments was unexpected by the miniskirt. It's obvious that the matriarch intends to sabotage marriage between the two families. Her goal, of course, is to seize power and position, to gain the right of family inheritance. The eldest young master is not her biological son. Naturally, she wants to promote her second son. At this moment, Xiao's intelligence has clearly caught up. Miss Marie's the eldest young master of the MO family, which means the young master now has the Xian family as his backing. This makes his position as the heir even more secure. It will be even harder for the MO family's second son to rise. Leaves of the willow swept by the gentle breeze. Xian couldn't help but feel a bit emotional. Who would have thought that in this world, the demon-slaying family that everyone relies on, has such short-sighted women in its inner chambers? For their own selfish desires, they even attempt to divide the only power that protects the mortal realm. The woman in the miniskirt was dripping a cold sweat. Why did it feel like Miss is speaking like an outsider? Did you forget? You're now the eldest young mistress of the MO family. Hearing this, when Yanxian narrowed her beautiful eyes, that's why she won't allow anyone to speak ill of her husband. That's why she was so merciless. She seemed to have thought of a certain possibility. Her short skirt and sparkling eyes were focused on her young lady. Miss, do you have a crush on young Master MO? This question clearly exceeded the young girl's comprehension. After a long blank stare, she asked a question that left the little maid in despair. What does liking someone mean? It's like how you feel about Master Seekong. That feeling is called liking someone. It's only after saying it that you realize. It seems like you revealed some huge secret. But the girl didn't react at all to what the maid said. Although it's hard for her to understand. Why do I like that person? But she will still play this role well. Until the day she repays the Xinhuan family's favor. Emma looked at the armory, speechless. A group of demon soldiers inexplicably came to steal from the armory, and his weapons are not reusable. They don't handle well with these weapons. Fought for 0.3 seconds. The man decisively gave up on investigating further. What a hassle. Fighting monsters suited him better. He didn't plan to tell MO10 about this minor issue. It would make their branch look particularly incompetent. MO10 just got married yesterday. He didn't want to bother MO10 with such a small matter. Thinking of this, the man smirked. Because monsters appeared here, he couldn't witness it firsthand. The look on his face at that moment. The bride was totally not his type. It's a bit of a shame, really. His subordinates were sweating bullets. But if he just turned around now, you can make up for yesterday's regret. Emma Lan slowly turned her head. What she saw was MO10, a face devoid of any emotion. After the initial shock, Emma Lan exploded. Yesterday he was the groom, and today he shows up here. For such a small matter, but the groom required MO10 to personally step in. Then Emma Lan was directly thrown onto the man. It must be this guy. Can't control his new wife. Trying to show off in front of his subordinates. Even if she's a tigress at home. Today he's going to send this guy back. Even if the demon lord himself leads the army to the border, it's not MO10's business to handle. In times like these, the MO family in this world cannot fall. MO Yan was occupied. That damn sense of duty instantly snapped the man back to his senses. He gently placed MO Lan on the ground. Who knows how she is at home? Might as well go back and check. Has that woman already been won over? If she's already sided with them, then just break off with her. Anyway, those people will have to be dealt with sooner or later. Meanwhile, after the ritual for the grandmother, Xinhuan Yu was directly lost from the ancestral hall. Even if miniskirt screams her lungs out, people outside will pretend they didn't hear. Don't waste your energy. No one will come. Miniskirt is already panicking, all because the man resents Miss for her disrespectful words. But isn't this revenge coming a little too fast? Xiao He is in tears. It's so cold and dark here, and her stomach has already started growling. She actually felt that it was much quieter here than outside. After saying that, she pulled out a booklet from her bosom. Just right, she could practice her cultivation technique here. In a short skirt, she pitifully gnawed on a steamed bun. Even young lady from Xinhuan family, she hasn't even learned the most basic talismans. I don't know where she gets the courage to make enemies everywhere. Xinhuan Yu also found it strange. She had mastered these theories thoroughly, but it was very difficult to apply them. She looked at her slender fingers. Could this be what they call a lack of talent? But just then, a few magical creatures were wandering around the MO family, as if searching for something. The faint spiritual energy nearby immediately caught their attention. Inside the room, Xinhuan Yu focused all his thoughts at his fingertips. As waves of energy surged out, he finally managed to produce a pitifully small flame. But because of this faint spiritual energy, the nearby demons immediately locked onto Xinhuan Yu's location. Somewhere outside the city, MO10 was riding swiftly on a narrow path. At this moment, they had already sensed it. That dense demonic energy. And where the demonic energy is exactly the MO family ancestral hall. With a puff, the fire was extinguished. A strong sense of danger hit. Xinhuan Yu, without hesitation, pulled up her mini skirt, and then two blades with thunder. A short blade flew in. It landed right on the cushion, where the two had just been sitting. Xinhuan Yu's eyes flashed sharply toward the door. Before they could react, the door was already broken open. A demon clad in black barged in. In the blink of an eye, Xinhuan Yu kicked the cushion towards the demon. Then, poor Xiao He tried to escape the room. But the next moment, they were thrown back by a flash of light. The demonic aura outside was overwhelming. The young girl glanced around. She saw a sword fall from the altar. Her heart stirred. She forced herself to endure the sword's constant resistance. Thunder's power. But no matter what, the sword couldn't be pulled out. But at this moment, Xiao He is about to meet her end. Just at this critical moment, several sword oars directly tore apart the monster wielding the blade. As the monster turned into black mist, only a dagger was left clattering to the ground. Monsters these days are really getting more and more arrogant. You actually have the courage to storm into the MO family. The person is MO Lan, the heir of the MO family's branch. Then, a figure appeared behind the girl. He picked up the sword she couldn't draw earlier. The man effortlessly pulled it out. She casually waved it at the demons. The few demons from earlier instantly vanished without a trace. The man got nearly pulled it right into his arms. Dare to touch my Emotan? Then you'll never return alive. The young girl's eyes widened. The man in front of her seemed completely different from last night. Thank you for saving me and Xiaohe. If the man hadn't arrived in time, she and Xiaohe are probably done for by now. But the man's gaze remained fixed on the woman's hand. He realized that the woman had just tried to draw her sword. The man immediately became furious. Nonsense. Are you an idiot? This badass alien sword requires recognition of its master. When most people encounter it, they get hurt like a monster touching a spirit weapon. This stupid woman doesn't know anything but insists on standing out. Give me your hand. Republic of China Demon Exorcism Record 02。
结婚第2天直接硬刚恶毒婆婆，而后更是霸道的当着婆婆的面告诫下人谁才是家里未来的主人。一旁的莫言都看傻了，这个大婚之日赶她出洞房的便宜媳妇，似乎和传闻中的有些不太一样啊。就在昨晚，莫言及时赶回救下了轩辕玉，但也因为少女的伤势，让男人莫名的有些心疼起来，细心的为表面妻子擦了擦药，甚至还哄小孩般的给她的小手呼呼。很快事情就传到了主母耳中，本来以为他们夫妻没有感情，现在看来莫大少爷好像还挺喜欢她的，有了轩辕家给他撑腰，这个嫡长子的地位怕是要更加稳固了。但来日方长，现在的莫家他才是那个当家做主的人。晚上几人刚恢复好祠堂后，还没等莫言返回书房，几名下人就机智地关上了房门，而且全是一副意味深长的表情。随着房门砰的一声关上，莫言先是看了一眼少女好看的卡姿兰，而后扭头便打算离开房间。虽然心里也有些不情愿，但毕竟是他昨天亲口说自己要睡书房。可就在他要离开的时候，一只小手无声地拉住了他的衣袖。现在外面下人都在看着，若是现在出去，岂不是坐实了他们感情不和的传闻？男人虽然红着脸不敢和轩辕玉对视，但却对少女下面的话期待了起来。要不今晚你就留下来吧。随着房间内的灯光熄灭，远处2个狗狗碎碎的身影探出脑袋，小墨鱼直接以泪洗面。他家少爷终于要成为真正的男人了。超短裙更是目瞪口呆，那岂不是说小丫鬟疯狂脑补起了房间内的画面？轩辕玉带着伤势欲拒还迎，而男人则是霸道的把少女揽在怀中，趁着这次英雄救美，狠狠在小姐身上刷了一波好感度，最终直接拿下小姐开始亲密接触。随着2人的脑洞大开，小丫鬟鼻血狂飙，小墨鱼更是直接开启喷射模式。2个小毛孩岁数不大，管得不少，竟然还学别人偷听墙角。莫兰的出现让2人齐齐一惊，异口同声地说自己没有偷听，只是想为自家的主子高兴一下。闻言，莫兰无所谓地摆了摆手，对2人的解释没有丝毫兴趣，反而是轩辕玉的表现引起了他的好奇。那女人似乎和传闻中的差距很大，而后摸出刚才袭击轩辕玉的匕首。魔族费了那么大功夫偷来的武器，就只是为了来攻击轩辕玉吗？这波迷之操作他实在是看不懂。但随着哈欠声的响起，男人果断放弃了思考，果然还是直接莽最适合他了。而另一边的莫言还在苦苦坚持，旁边倾国倾城的女人让他小鹿乱撞，反倒是这个可恶的女人身边躺着个这么帅的，竟然这么快就睡着了吗？第2天一大早，主母把所有人都叫到了正堂，而后明知故问地询问起了昨天的事。莫兰一副没睡醒的样子，显然昨晚的墙角他也没少偷听，而后和莫言勾肩搭背，表示魔物已经被2人击退，这次算是有惊无险。那么下一次呢？我们莫家堂堂100年除魔世家，被魔物入侵本家，这种事简直闻所未闻，我看怕是有小人在其中作祟吧。主母巴拉巴拉地说了一大通，但眼神始终是在看着轩辕玉。话音刚落，2名妇人也刻意压低了声音，说轩辕玉才刚嫁过来就发生这种事，未免有些太不吉利了。而且昨晚祠堂里只有他和小何，正当2人蓄力准备刁难妻子时，莫言终于开口制止。玉儿昨天早上来为夫人敬茶，为何晚上就被关在了祠堂？男人质疑的口吻倒是给夫人气得不轻。他不懂礼数，身为主母我难道不能教训一下他吗？可当男人问起缘由时，妇人又不愿正面回答。既然夫人说出来了，那玉儿就不得不就是重提了。少女迈步来到男人身前，我不过是当着大家的面驳斥谣言而已，难道做媳妇的维护自己夫君也有错吗？莫言怔怔地看着据理力争的少女，她口中的夫君可不就是自己吗？从小到大都是她在保护别人，没成想自己还有被人维护的一天。妇人闻言果然大怒，当场就斥责起了轩辕玉，说他和传闻中的一样目无尊长，没有规矩。少女微微垂眸，婆婆教训媳妇乃是人之常情，而后目光凌厉地直视妇人。但是你真的算是我婆婆吗？一句话直接绝杀主母，好半天都没有你出个所以然来。男人早就懵逼了好吗？自己这便宜媳妇这么猛的吗？我只是去给过世的婆婆上炷香，就被关在了莫家的祠堂之中，而且怎么叫都没有人来。作为现在的少夫人，未来的莫家主母，我觉得家里的规矩该改一改了。说到这里，少女的声音已经带上了莫名的威压，免得这些眼瞎的下人分不清谁才是他们真正的主子。主母已经快气疯了，本是想教训一下新来的儿媳妇，没成想倒是自己被好好的上了一课。而莫兰此刻已经默默地挑起了大拇哥。莫言此人空有一腔热血，遇事只知道提着剑往前冲，现在看到轩辕玉这么霸道，他倒是一副老父亲看儿子的宽心模样。莫言怔怔地看着少女霸道的身姿，这一刻他有些心动了，因为他知道如果有这个女人在他身后，那家里的事他就再无后顾之忧可言。片刻后，兄弟2人走出正堂，莫兰没正 型的用手肘杵了杵莫言。洞房之夜故意冷落新娘子，现在是不是已经开始后悔了？但莫兰哪里知道，新婚之夜分明是那女人把他赶出了房间。我看少夫人很明事理呢，好好去和人家认个错。说到这里，男人又没了正形，借着道歉这个机会，趁热打铁的多生几只小猴子。莫言则是一副不耐烦的神色，这狗东西管得这么宽的吗？而后轻轻地用脚推了一下莫兰，温柔地请他离开了莫家。等到轩辕玉出来后，男人羞红着脸表示送他回房间。虽然嘴上对莫兰的话不屑一顾，但几只小猴子对他来说吸引力也是十足。二人在前面悠闲地走着，身后两个小机灵鬼叽叽喳喳地讨论着。刚才夫人都快气炸了，眼睛都快要瞪出来了呢。是啊是啊，少夫人好霸气啊，看他们以后还敢不敢欺负人了。而前面走的莫言则是不停地偷瞄着妻子，也不知是不是想到了小猴子，脸上总是带着红晕。但机智的小墨鱼敏锐地察觉到了这点，立刻拉住了要继续跟着的小何妹妹，说是隔壁冷饮店出了新口味，要请小何去喝芋泥波波奶茶。小何闻言满脸惊恐之色，谁是你妹妹啊？你要不要叫得这么亲热？小墨鱼哪里还管得了这些，推着超短裙就光速消失在了二人视野。但二人走后，气氛却一瞬间尴尬了起来。男人支支吾吾了半天，今天的事谢谢你了。少女明显一愣，好像她做的是理所应当的一般。结婚那天我故意给你难堪，你若因为那件事记恨我也是应该的，但是没想到你会这么维护我。老实说，母亲去世的太早，就连我自己都记不起来她的样子。谢谢你能想起来去看她。少女仍然面色平静，没什么的，既然选择了嫁给你，那这些都是我应该做的。闻言，男人沉默半晌，这才开口：洞房那天我说的话，你就把它忘记掉吧。少女明显冒出了个小问号，男人的态度很是诚恳。外面传言妻子喜欢司空家的那位公子，而且还当街表白反被拒绝，是他听信了别人的胡言乱语。那时他还不了解他，就武断地对他做出了决定。但从婚后的情况来看，妻子显然不是那种恋爱脑。但没成想，少女又平静地直戳他的心窝子。外面传言的那件事，他们说的都是真的。我的确曾经喜欢过司空少云，而且还一度为了他抵抗这门婚事。那晚你说分居的时候，老实说我还真是松了口气。男人的手逐渐紧握，万没想到他的诚意满满，得到的却是这样的答案。不远处的两个偷窥狂魔同样也觉得气氛有些古怪。按理说现在应该是误会澄清，重归于好，从此开启了没羞没臊的生活。但现在的情况明显不是这样。小何炫了一口82年的蛋糕，而后突然反应过来，要是以自家小姐那有啥说啥的性子，两人要幸福美满怕是前路艰辛啊。而另一边男人直接一个壁咚，我不管你曾经心里有谁，但我要你现在记住。说到这里，男人霸道地挑起女人下巴，而后将脸无限接近女人的唇瓣，我要你永远都记住，我才是你的丈夫。小何吃惊的又炫了口糕点，不愧是姑爷，霸王硬上弓可还行。虽然粉红的气氛已经拉满，但总觉得还是哪里有些怪怪的。少女不断的挣扎，显然是被男人的大力弄疼了。就在莫言想要凑上去和少女贴贴时，少女只是默默地将小脑瓜扭向一旁。这一刻，男人莫名的有些心动，为什么明明是他在主导一切，反而是他的心在痛？即便他被他依然能够在甚至连眉头都不皱一下，难道只是因为他不是他心里的那个人吗？想到这里，男人松开轩辕玉，你回去吧，我先去书房休息了。少女则是一脸懵逼，不知道自己这夫君到底在干什么。完了，少爷好像很伤心的样子。偷窥狂魔二人组依旧在线吃瓜，但小何却有些不解，明明被强吻的是自家小姐，他一个大男人有什么好伤心的？闻言，小墨鱼眉头大皱，男人为什么就不能伤心？我看你和你家小姐也一样铁石心肠，都是捂不热的冰块。说罢，大步朝着书房跑去，只留下小何和自家小姐一样的一脸懵。不过小墨鱼的这番话也成功让小何明白了点，好像姑爷是有点可怜在身上的，得想个办法提醒一下自家那不开窍的小姐。婚房内，轩辕玉全神贯注，所有灵力汇于指尖，而后眼神猛地一紧，朝着蜡烛一掌挥出，似乎是感受到了附近空气的流动。蜡烛很给面子的摇摆了一下，但下一刻瞬间又恢复了正常。还是不行吗？轩辕玉再次翻看起了书册。这时小何带着糕点走了进来，而后试探性的和小姐说起了姑爷。小姐啊，姑爷好像回去后就一直不开心，你要不要去安慰他一下，或者道个歉什么的？小何说的很是委婉，但轩辕玉却听不明白，不知道自己为什么要去道歉。当初明明是他自己说的各不相干，现在这样他也很满意。而且这个男人还有些神经兮兮的，大白天的突然发疯，莫名其妙的还想咬他。闻言，小何直接原地石化，小姐你别太荒谬，你刚刚说的是咬没错吧？抬手擦了擦被小姐围出来的汗，小姐那个是亲亲，不是咬人啊，难道是没亲上吗？难怪小姐会以为那是姑爷要咬她。轩辕玉专心地翻弄着书册，是什么对他来说都不重要，总之现在这样挺好的，正好没人耽误他练功，男人什么的只会影响他拔刀的速度。小何又被这钢铁直女给惊到了，心里不由默默地开始心疼姑爷，你还处在这干什么？你也要打搅我练功吗？小何可可爱爱地戳了戳指尖，他觉得还是要让小姐明白一点，毕竟之前大家都以为小姐喜欢司空，而且他还亲口承认了，万一姑爷真的相信了此事。没等小何把话说完，轩辕玉杏眼圆睁，对啊，他竟然没有想到这一层。书房外，小墨鱼贴心地安慰着自家少爷， 少爷你坚强点，你关得上这扇门，却关不上这个世界。虽然我也能理解你，落花有意，流水无情，乃是常事。少南春心境错付，一腔春水向东流。就在小墨鱼越说越离谱的时候，房门被莫言一把拉开，而后男人一个蓄力。就在小墨鱼即将起飞的时候，少爷且慢动手，知道你心情不好，我特意带了酒过来，就让我陪着少爷大醉一场吧。果然这一招比较好用，成功打断了男人的施法。而后小墨鱼一脸得意地摸出2瓶口服液，看着这从厨房偷来的料酒，莫言后悔极了，他怎么就信了这不靠谱的鬼话？半晌之后，地上小瓶子摆了一地，显然是小墨鱼搬空了厨房。女人嘛，有什么大不了的？这个不爱你，那就换一个爱你的。都说温柔乡是英雄种，自古儿女情长就英雄气短。少爷不哭站起来，不对，少夫人不爱你，你还有小墨鱼在。小墨鱼动情地拉着莫言的手，显然是已经有些上头了。小墨鱼会永远站在你这边，做你最坚强的依靠。小墨鱼的话很让人感动，但下一刻他就不敢动了，真是见鬼了！鬼才需要一个男人来安慰自己。男人仰头又灌下一口料酒，脑海中不断浮现女人那可恶的嘴脸，他竟然承认自己喜欢司空，真是可恶。但他心里想着谁关他什么事？明明一开始都说好了的，好像是他先开始反悔的。想到这里，男人恼怒地打翻了所有小奶瓶。但就在此时，清脆悦耳的声音在耳边响起：“你喝醉了吗？”男人醉。喝醉的人容易产生幻觉，看来他真的是无可救药。而后在少女惊讶的眼神中，一把将轩辕玉揽起。
The newlywed bride was exposed in a scandal of premarital infidelity, but her husband stubbornly refused to believe it, until her lover showed up to provoke him. Xian Yuanyu not only didn't avoid suspicion, but openly confirmed the rumor. But this is a bit awkward. Last night, he held her tightly in his arms, and said some sweet nothings. The next morning, after being drunk on cooking wine, he opened his eyes and immediately noticed something was off. Wasn't he kicked out of the bedroom by his wife? But when did the bed in the study become? Feeling so comfortable, he suddenly sat up. But what he saw was Xian Yuanyu dressing up beside him. The man was full of confusion. He remembered that last night, he was drinking in the study. And vaguely, it seemed like he also saw his wife. Good morning, husband. The young girl still had that calm expression. But Mo was already stunned at this moment. Should he ask his wife if he did something to her last night? Last night, you did to me. Xian Yuanyu was just about to speak, but was directly interrupted by Mo Tan. With a flushed face, she shyly said that no matter what she did, he would take responsibility to the end. Unexpectedly, the woman just smiled faintly. Okay, I will remember what you said last night. I believe you will keep your word. After a while, the man found Little Octopus, but Little Octopus had a completely different attitude. So Ren was still upset about getting beaten last night. Then, with a face full of resentment, he said that last night the young man was worried he'd catch a cold, so she had Little Octopus carry him back. He doesn't know what happened afterward. At this point, the Little Octopus's eyes flickered. Young master, you said last night that you wanted to divorce young madam right away. Mo Yan's expression was just like a meme. Then he covered his mouth, full of incredulity. Did he really say something that outrageous? However, the little cuttlefish just picked its nose. Actually, it didn't. I just made that up. The man immediately turned dark. He gave the little cuttlefish a real head pat. Your guts have been growing lately, huh? Only then did the little cuttlefish start to panic. At that time, he lay on the ground, barely breathing. The young master held the young mistress in his arms. He asked the young mistress what was so good about that Sikong. Meanwhile, Xian Yuanyu still had that calm demeanor. She said she didn't know why she liked him. Then the man tightened his embrace around the girl. You keep thinking about him. But even after running, there's not a hint of response. Isn't this just wishful thinking? Mo Tan thought only he was pitiful. Little did he know, the girl also loved in vain. Since we are both wishful thinkers, why don't we? Little Inkfish's memory stopped here. He didn't hear the rest clearly. He only vaguely remembered. It seemed the young master bit the young mistress again. And this time, the young mistress didn't dodge. Little Octopus is babbling on, but doesn't remember a single important thing. His brain must be broken. To listen to this dog say a bunch of nonsense. What was said at the time doesn't matter. A man should bravely face his own heart. The little octopus patted the man's shoulder. This left Mo Tan frozen in place. Follow my own heart? Should I just ask her directly? In the main hall, the matriarch's furious incompetence. The people of this house now. She really is becoming less and less regarded. Are you all hoping that I swallow this anger, so I can curry favor with your new master? Oh dear. Who made mother so upset? At this moment, a dashing young man walked in from outside. He was the second son born to the mistress. Even younger, when she saw the second young master, looked at him like he was her pillar of support. Isn't it your good big brother, who found himself a sharp-tongued wife? Now the two of them have teamed up to make me angry. The young master seems to be a reasonable person. He said that since his brother and sister-in-law are now married, it's only natural that they work together. Instead, you blame mother for bringing this upon herself. How dare you speak to mother like that? Wasn't she worried about your future? The man acted like she had everything under control. It's too late to worry about it now. Since, when marriage was arranged, mother didn't fight for it. But saying more now won't help. However, the relationship between those two isn't as unbreakable as it seems to outsiders. As long as we can find the most fatal flaw, we won't need to lift a finger. When the time comes, they'll turn against each other naturally. The mistress waited suspiciously for her son's next words. The man closed his folding fan. The Baki event on March 3rd is coming up soon. He has already made arrangements in advance. He invited Sikong Xiao to attend. We'll see how Mo Tan wraps things up then. A few days later, Xian Yuanyu was busy looking at the dough in front of him. Xiao He was filled with righteous anger. The mistress's personal maid, the dignified young mistress of the Mo family. How could she do such menial work meant for servants? But the matriarch had already instructed that this is a family tradition, and only the young mistress could complete it herself. Xian Yuanyu rolled up her sleeves, casually removing her personal jewelry. Since this is the custom, she didn't show much resistance to it. The maid attentively held a handkerchief, collecting all of Xian Yuanyu's jewelry. While the mistress and servant were busy eating dough in front of the stove, the maid quietly picked up Xian Yuanyu's ring and discreetly slipped it into her own sleeve. A moment later, Xian Yuanyu had finished kneading the dough, but this thing barely looked like a living creature. As for what it was, even she wasn't quite sure. Seeing her still hesitating, Xiao He immediately got impatient. They've done what they needed to do. As for whether they're satisfied, that's not something they should worry about. After the maid left, Xiao Hui pouted as she wiped the lady's hands. This MO family really is something. They actually treat the lady like a maid. Xian Yuan just waved his hand. They entered the MO family without knowing the depths. If they don't follow the rules, they will end up with a reputation for being ignorant of the customs. And it's just needing a few dough balls anyway. She's not that delicate. Besides, it seems pretty fun to need. Saying this, the girl let out a deep sigh, feeling a bit sorry for wasting a half-day's time. It would be great if it were applied to cultivation. But Xiao Hui clearly doesn't think so. Given the talent of her young lady, it seems like half a day is just half a day. It wouldn't help her make any progress in cultivation. I've heard that the young masters are practicing archery in the front yard. Someone asked the young lady if she wanted to watch the excitement. Xian Yuan just said she wasn't interested. An arrow whizzed past her hair. It hit the nearby tree trunk with a thud. Sorry, accidentally missed the shot. The man leaped down from the wall, then flashed a grin, thinking it looked cool. Did I hurt you, sister-in-law? As soon as those words were spoken, Xian Yuan furrowed his brows. Since you have no talent for archery, you might as well give it up early. It's better to focus your efforts on managing the shop. Otherwise, one day it might lead to someone getting hurt. I intended to show off with a flashy entrance, but it seems interrupted by sister-in-law. He got a harsh scolding. The man awkwardly scratched the back of his head. Oh wow, sister-in-law is really strict, huh? Then, with a sinister expression, he revealed his true intentions. Though my archery is quite average, there are plenty of skilled people here today. For example, the young master of the Sikong family. I wonder if the eldest sister-in-law is interested in meeting him. But as soon as the man mentioned the young master Sikong, Xiao Hui immediately changed her expression. While Xian Chuan was busy with a sharp demeanor, for quite a while, it was unclear what he was actually thinking. Inside the training ground, Yang Ren casually pulled out an arrow. He drew the bow and released the arrow in one smooth motion. With a twang, the arrow hit the bullseye. The man then enjoyed the admiration of the crowd. He was basking in their praise. Didn't expect the young master of the Sikong family to be so skilled. Mo Yan remarked expressionlessly. Apologies for showing off in front of young Master Mo. The man seems very polite, but Mo Tan brushes past, cursing under his breath. It really is embarrassing. I don't know what he's being so hypocritical about in front of me. The man is just a little question mark. Thinking to himself, this Mo guy must be on something. I'm just making a little gesture that hits the mark. You can do it too, you know. But just as the man was at a loss for words, young Master Mo immediately began flattering Sikong, praising Sikong's archery skills repeatedly. And behind him was none other than Xian Yuan, who had come out of curiosity. Meanwhile, little Ling Fish was dumbfounded. Oh no, it looks like our young master might lose it. But unexpectedly, Mo Yan remained, calm, drawing his bow and shooting arrows, showing no interest in the girl's arrival. Little Ling Fish was secretly amazed by the young master's composure. The young lady in his old flame just met, hey, and young master, you're really not reacting at all. But just as the two started talking, a sharp wind-breaking sound accompanied by crackling electric arcs echoed. Mo's cold gaze was impossible to look at directly. Little Squid was dumbfounded. How does this look like someone lacking vitality? And second young master Mo covered his face with a fan, watching the scene with great interest. Miss, the young master and Lord Sikong are both here. Shouldn't we slip away first? Xian Chuan was clearly stunned. She didn't understand why she wanted to leave. Xiao Hui was completely petrified. Don't you want to see how upset the Lord looks? The whole world knows you like Sikong Xiao. Right in front of the Lord. Do you really not care about avoiding suspicion? Xiao Hui still wants to live a healthy life. Sikong was now sweating coldly. That man is terrifying. I need to get out of here. Just as he was thinking of leaving, Xian's voice came over. Are you leaving, young Master Sikong? Let me see you off. Sikong felt completely unwell. I'm looking for a way to leave the MO family without any trouble. Waiting online. Urgent. The little octopus beside me is also anxious. If the young mistress is left alone with Sikong, won't that completely embarrass the young master? But the young master is also in a stubborn mood right now. After throwing out a not my problem, he turned and left. Little fish looked as if he was struck by lightning. No, young master. What do you mean it's none of your business? That's your wife. Hey. Meanwhile, Xian Yuan finally got a chance to talk to Sikong. Actually, she wasn't that eager to see Sikong. Since you encountered this, you should clear things up no matter what. He once resisted marriage because of you. But after all, she's still a daughter of the Xian Yuan family. She even ran away from home once because of you, causing her parents great sorrow. So, did you ever actually like her? But before Xian Yuan could finish speaking, the foolish Donald, who was being too straightforward, suddenly appeared and interrupted the two. Seeing the killer chase after them, Sikong let out a sigh of relief, and quickly took his leave. He didn't know how much the conversation had been overheard. He could only hope it didn't cause two misunderstandings. But just as the man hadn't walked far, the mistress's maid has been waiting on the road for a while. Young Master Sikong, this is the pouch you dropped earlier. Our young master instructed me to bring it to you. The man just wanted to leave his troublesome place quickly, so he took it without thinking. Meanwhile, inside the pavilion, Xian Chuan also explained to Mo Tan that she and Sikong didn't have the relationship he imagined. But the man became prideful at this moment. After all, from the start they agreed to be a couple just for show. Once the time was up, they unfollow each other. I just came to remind you. The man suddenly grabbed the girl's wrist. As the young mistress of the Mo family, please be mindful of your status. I hope this is the last time I remind you. The man's heart was a mix of emotions. This kind of woman, he really should hate her. But why does his heart hurt so much? It was as if he sensed something. The girl gently placed her small hand on the man's large hand. There are some things I can't say for now, but please believe me. Everything you told me that day, I still remember it all. Mo Yan was startled for a moment. Could it be that time when I was drunk? He sneered coldly. He forcefully shook off the woman's hand, but I had already forgotten everything. With that, he turned and left the woman behind without looking back. Xian Yuan was not displeased by this. After all, she had said everything that needed to be said. She just thought this man was a bit strange. Not far away, a figure watched everything unfold. Things seemed to be going unexpectedly smoothly. At this moment, Sikong had successfully arrived at the door. Just as he was about to relax, he was stopped by a doorman. He said a thief had entered the estate today. Everyone coming in and out must go through a body search. Sikong just wants to leave quickly now. He didn't resist much when he came to the body search, but what he never expected was, instead of finding stolen goods on him, they found the young lady's ring. Moments later, she had just married the eldest young master, and was already involved with another man. It's all about private dealings and conspiracies. Xian Yuan, what else do you have to say? Xian Yuan frowned slightly and denied it. I don't know what this old witch is up to again. But the next moment, the mistress pulled out that ring. This was taken from Sikong Xiao. But before she could finish her prepared words, it was interrupted by the girl's laughter. The matriarch clenched her fists. At a time like this, you can still laugh. Yes, at a time like this, with war raging outside, and only a few demon hunting clans left, to think there's still a short-sighted sparrow like you, fighting to the death over a few grains of millet. Wouldn't you say that's worth a laugh? The girl's disdain is already written on her face. The mistress's eyelids twitch slightly, but no matter how sharp the girl's tongue is, at least for now, in this household, it's still the mistress who has the final say. Today's lesson. You, an unfaithful daughter-in-law, can't escape from it. You better remember this clearly. The outside world has nothing to do with you. But if you break the family rules in the MO household, even gods can't save you. Xiaomi sees the situation turning bad, sees the chance to quietly slip out of the main hall, then dashed towards the martial arts field. At this moment, the targets on the field were already densely packed, with arrows shot by the furious man, out of concern for the young mistress. Little Lingfish still decided to check out the main hall. Unexpectedly, just as she turned around, she bumped into Xiaohe. The young girl pushed away, the wailing little cuttlefish. Then she slid on her knees, collapsing in front of the man. When she raised her head again, tears streamed down her face. Brother-in-law, please save my lady. Auntie wants to kill her. In the main hall, the maid smiled sinisterly. They all say how impressive the eldest miss of the Xian family is. Turns out she's nothing special. A few servant women can control her. She's actually easier to handle than I thought. Young madam, you better brace yourself. This whip might sting a bit. Xing Yuan shouted sternly. A mere servant dares to be so insolent towards her. Although she could be considered half a master in the household, the true authority still lies with the current mistress. Whip after whip lashed onto her body. The young girl frowned and clenched her teeth. Though she was a woman, she didn't let out a single sound. Seeing this, the mistress picked up her teacup. Didn't expect your bones to be this tough. Then, she happily took a sip of tea. Continued hitting, until she begs for mercy. The old woman, as if she had received an imperial edict, swung the whip with even more force. At this point, the young girl could no longer hold on. Her legs gave out, and she was about to collapse. But how could two old women let her have her way? They forcibly pinned the young girl down again. Just as the long whip in the old woman's hand was about to strike the girl's face, a figure flashed like lightning, sending her flying with a single kick. The old woman collapsed with a thud. Who gave you the courage? Dare to lay hands on the young madam? At this moment, the young lady was already unconscious from the incense. Xiaohe quickly caught Shen Yuan Yu. It's all right, miss. The young master has come to save you. Seeing this, the matriarch also stood up. Why are you venting your anger at me, young master? Your wife is entangled with someone else. I'm just helping you teach a lesson. But before she could finish her words, the man sharply interrupted her. This is my own private matter, so there's no need for you to trouble yourself. Hearing this, the mistress couldn't help but laugh. Are you really not afraid of being cuckolded? By covering up for this woman? The man silently took the girl, and gently held her in his arms. This is my own matter. It has nothing to do with you. Besides, I'm not interested in the inheritance, but no one is allowed to touch my people. If there's a next time, then let's live separately from now on. Seeing herself in her husband's arms, she suddenly felt a warm sensation in her heart. Then she tugged at the man's hand. I haven't done anything to wrong you, but I'm still sorry. I've caused you trouble again. The man gazes calmly, not telling him about trouble. Is the real trouble. He returns to the room, carefully placing the girl back on the bed. But even such a light movement makes the girl frown deeply. Could it have pulled at the wound? The man instinctively wanted to undo his clothes to check, but in the next moment, he met the girl's wide, staring eyes, as if she was interrogating his soul. Are you serious with that move? He clearly agreed to just be a couple on the surface, but seeing his wife get hit, he still couldn't help but feel heartache. But just as he was about to check on his wife's injuries, his handsome face flushed red. Let me go get a doctor for you. Please bear with him for a moment. After saying this, the man's ears turned completely red. But this seemed that, unexpectedly for her husband, he's still just a pure-hearted young man. He just hasn't stepped out of the mundane. A man can't help but ask about last night's hangover. What exactly did he say to his wife? You said you wanted a divorce right away. The man was taken aback. Did he really say such a thing? The woman's beautiful eyes are full of cunning. In this family, everyone is alone. Some are afraid to meet the girl's gaze. So what are your thoughts? The girl lowered her long eyelashes. The maid looked aggrieved. They came from far away to visit. Aren't you angry at all, Dad? He even advised the girl to stay calm. But just at that moment, a wave of demonic energy quietly slipped in through the door crack. After the misunderstanding was cleared up, Emotion finally appeared. Because of family matters, he had been so rude to the guest. Only he, the young master, could step in to apologize. Who would have thought that this person would overstep his bounds? And even asked about the Shuanchuan Jade. Have you been put in a difficult position? Mo Yan immediately became impatient. Does this person even realize how annoying he is? That's a private matter between my wife and me. No need for Sir Kong to concern himself. Speaking of Sir Kong, it seems he studied abroad. He won't blame me, a mere warrior. Jean Bai was being rude. Kong swayed the future, hurriedly said it was fine. They finally made it to the main gate. He didn't want any more trouble. But just as the two walked out the door, a loud bang from the closing door startled them both. The maid rolled up her sleeves, ready to charge back in. Did they really think the Seacom family was that easy to push around? In the darkness, Seacom's expression gradually turns cruel. The Mo family's Mo Chan truly lives up to its reputation. Today is not the right time to stir up trouble. There will be plenty of opportunities to deal with him in the future. The man is surrounded by demonic energy. He has clearly been possessed by the demon race. Meanwhile, Mo Tan instantly senses the flow of demonic energy. He turned around and stormed out. This demonic aura felt very familiar. It was the same high-level demon that attacked him on that day and escaped. But after chasing outside, there was nothing. It only appeared suddenly after so long. It must have been lurking near the Mo family all along. I'll leave the gatekeeping to Little Lingfish. After all, he loved leaning against the doorframe. The appearance of the demon made Mo Tan inexplicably uneasy. No one knew what his intentions were in approaching the Mo family. And it seemed like everything started going wrong after he got married. Things gradually became strange. Seeing that it was the young master who visited. The young lady has just been wronged. You must take advantage of the situation, young master. After speaking, she vanished at light speed. Mo Tan sighed, rubbing his forehead. This girl on the little octopus wouldn't understand too much. Then the man entered the room. He stood there, dazed in front of his wife. Only then did the man turn his back and sit down. I won't believe the rumors anymore. What he saw was the Shen Jade. The young woman in front of him was both strong and gentle, brave and resourceful. At this point, the man suddenly felt a bit shy. He then turned his head, not daring to look at Shaun. It was my incompetence that got you involved.
今
I
天
owe
的
you
事
an
我要和
apology
你
for
说
what
清
happened
楚。
today. 'But
少
the young
女
woman
倒
was
是
exceptionally
个
forgiving,
只
as
要
long
他
as she
选择
chose to
最
show
大的
support for her.
那
She
就是
agreed
对
to
他
the
最
greatest
大的
support for her.
然
Then
后
the
男
man
人又
proposed
提
moving
出
out of the
搬
Emo
家，
family,
他母
using
亲
the
留下的
dowry
嫁
left
妆
by
中
his
有一处
mother.
别院，比较适合疗养和亲。虽然
Although
薛
she
岳
wants things different,
的
but
东
after
西，
everything
但你要是
else,
跟他提，
cultivation to her.
那
She
他可以
immediately
吗？
perks up.
你
Will you
会
teach
教
me
我，
cultivation?
你
If
要
you're
是愿
willing
意
to
的，
teach me,
不
no
然
matter
你
where you
去
go,
拿我
I'll
的。
follow you.
少
The
女满
girl
脸的
was
小
full
期
of
待，
eager
甚至激动的
anticipation.
小脸潮红一片。第一次被他主动牵手的，心
She
里别
couldn't
提
be
有
more
多
delighted
美。
inside.
温
He
柔的玛
gently
撒着少
stroked
女
the
容
girl's
易，
soft
以后就是
beauty.
甜蜜。只
But
是
just
二
as the
人
two
才
left
刚
the
离
Mo
世，
family,
祖
the
母
mistress,
便恶人
playing
己
the victim,
和
complained
家
to
主
the
说
head,
自己
saying that
不
no matter
懂，
what she did,
都
she could
得
never
不到
gain
莫
Mo
言。
Yan's approval.
毕
After
竟
all,
不是
she's
自
not
己
his biological child.
做
No matter
的
how
再
well she
好也
does,
只
she's
是
just a stepmother. At
说
this
到
point,
这
the
里，
old
婆
woman
子厉害，
immediately chimed in.
大
The
少
young
爷明
master
明
was
差点
really
被，
cuckolded,
却
yet he
还固
stubbornly
执的要
insisted on
讨
protecting
婚，
the young mistress.
简
His life
直
is
是
reigned
被出
clouded by lard. Meanwhile,
二
they
人
had
此
already
时已
arrived
经
at
来到了
Shaoxian village.
莫
Mo
言极
Tan
为
eagerly
殷勤的
supported
搀
the
扶，
young woman,
倒
which
是
made
给
little
小墨
Rikish
鱼
very
献舞，
envious.
当
Being the
主
boss
子就
sure is nice.
只
You
需
only
要
need to
牵
hold
着
your
刀，
wife's hand,
剩下
while
的都
leaving
留
the
给
hard
苦门
work
的
to
我。
me.
话音，小
Shall
何
he
直
deliver
接
the
一个
punch
重
straight
击，
away?
落
What are
里
you
拔嗦
rambling
的，
about?
还不快
Hurry
帮
up
我搬
and
行
help
李。
me with the
好的，小
luggage.
知
Got
道了，
it,
小
little he.
搬
Moving
到
to the new house.
莫
Mo
言
Yan
贴心的
thoughtfully
为
found
妻
a
子
doctor
准
for
备。
his wife.
从脉
From
象
her
上看已
pulse,
无大
it
碍，
seems
但手
there's
上
no
被宝剑
serious
反噬的
issue.
伤不好，
We
需
need
要
to
先
first
把
guide the energy.
这里
Stuck in
洗
her palms out. The
可
troublesome
麻
part
烦
is
的
the medicine's catalyst. It
必
must
须
use the
用
blood
墨
of a
家
legitimate
提
male
西
child
南
from the
土，
Mo family. In
大
a
家
big
族
family,
中
this
最
change
主
of
要
medicinal
因
catalyst
痕
is hard to find.
没
No problem. You
用
can
我
just
的
use my blood.
莫
Mo
言
Tan
一
looked indifferent,
仿
as if
佛
his
童子
fertility
之
was a
身理
matter
所
of
应，
course.
但
But
他
he
也
couldn't
没能
even
坚持
last
2秒，
2
就在大
seconds.
夫狐疑的眼神中败下。无论
Either
如
way,
何，
the
麻烦
problem
解
is
决。
solved, right? The
大夫一
doctor
脸
gave
我
him a
都懂，
knowing look.
说
It's
男人
important
那
to
方面
address
有问
men's
题也
issues
要，
as well.
而
And
且
he
治
is
疗那方面
particularly
他极为
skilled
拿
in
手。
treating
我
those
现
issues.
但
But I
我
really
真
don't need it.
真
Are
的
you
不要
sure
吗？
you
我
really
超
don't
会
need
治
it?
的。他
Xian
轩辕
Yuan
玉
was
怔着，
lost in thought.
他的伤
Logically,
势按
her
理说应
injuries
该
should
好
heal
的，
quickly.
但
But
偏
the
偏
wounds
灵气
left
留
by
下
the
的伤却
spiritual
恢复。
artifact.
可
This
是
situation,
一
it
般都发
usually
生在魔
happens
物
to
身上。
monsters.
小
The
墨
little
鱼拎着开好
cuttlefish
的药包
returned
返
with the
回，
medicine.
莫眼头挤出鲜
Squeezed
血
out
让小
fresh
墨鱼
blood
去
for
熬
the
药。
little
好的，少
cuttlefish
爷，
to brew
这
the
个也。
medicine. The
小
little
墨鱼拎
cuttlefish
起
picked up
十
the
拳，
tonic soup
领
and
了一
got a
顿。
good beating. The
小
little
墨鱼
cuttlefish
顶
with
不
the
住
head happily
心的
left
离，
the room,
只
but
是
had
刚走
barely
出没几
taken
步
a，few
突然一
steps.
只黑手拖走了小墨，然后吧
Then,
唧一个壁
bam,
咚，
a wall
老
slam. Did the
姑爷
young
有没
master
有
say
说
where
今
he's
晚
resting
再
tonight?
都
They've
已经
already
通
left
知
the
你
main house.
该
They're not
不
going
会
to
还
sleep
要
in
分
separate
床？
beds, are they?
小
Little
墨鱼一
cuttlefish
心
is
想
eager
为
to
自家
defend his
少
young
爷，
master.
说
But there's
分
nothing
房
wrong
睡，
with sleeping apart.
还好
Thankfully,
之
they've
前
been
俩人
sleeping
是分，
separately before.
要不然
Otherwise,
现在都
by
没有
now,
童男
there
之血
wouldn't
的。
even be.
小何闻
Shao
言
Yu
大
was
惊
shocked
失色，
upon
什
hearing
么？
this.
姑爷居然还是个童子鸡？话
A
周围
cold
森冷的
murderous
杀意猛地
intent
袭来，
suddenly
我说
swept
你
over.
是不
Maybe
是
you're
操的心
worrying
有
too
点？
much.
作
As
为
a
机智
clever
的硬
little
痞的小
cutie.
可爱，超短裙第一选择就是迈开了大。姑
I
爷
have something
我
to do, my lord.
都
It
是
was
小墨
little
鱼非
squid
要告
who
诉我
insisted
的，
on
我什么都。
telling me.
而
And at
此
this
刻的
moment,
小
little squid had
惊
already
醒来
started crawling mode.
他
He
并没有
didn't
祈
pray
祷
for
少
the
爷能
young
放过他，
master to
只
spare
是
him.
也
At
此
this
刻
moment,
眼
his
下
blindness
看，
couldn't see him.
少
Young
爷你
master,
听
can
我
you
狡
listen
辩，
to my excuse?
很
Not
久
many
没
people
去
went to the
演
training
了，
ground.
今
Why
天你
don't
陪
you
我
spar
练练
with me
吧。
today?
第二，
Little
小墨鱼
octopus
显
was
然的
clearly
意思
one
就
breath
差
away from death.
但
But
莫
Mo
言却一
Tan
副神
looked
清气爽的
completely
样子。
refreshed.
久等了，我们什么时候开始？清脆悦耳的声音从背
Because the girl's hand injury hadn't healed yet, so Moon chose to start by teaching her breathing exercises. I understand we can't rush things. Also, husband, is it okay if I wear this? The man froze on the spot. Oh no, I mean this outfit is perfect for training. Really? That's great. The girl seemed a little impatient. Only the little octopus secretly complains. Getting married and still acting pure. No humanity with the opposite sex. In the bamboo forest, the girl's heart is as still as water. Finally entering the state of breathing she yearned for. But as a drop of sweat falls, countless fragments of memory rise out of nowhere. In a land filled with bones, the air was filled with the scent of death. Just as the girl was at a loss, a sharp blade plunged violently into her chest. The battlefield was no place for you to meddle. With that, the man forcibly withdrew the blade. At the same time, the girl awoke from her nightmare. It took her a while to regain her senses. I was just taken to a strange place. Someone stabbed me here. Turns out it was due to a chi deviation. I was just about to check the girl's injury. Then I saw that look from Shan Yuan. Why is it the same spot again? Can't I properly show some care for my wife? Let's end today's training here, since it's already happening. Signs of going too far. It's better not to practice for a while. In the depths of the other side of the woods. Did you bring what I wanted? The person arrived at the young master unaware, and what they are referring to is a brand new 98K. What you want to do has nothing to do with me. I was just passing by. The man in black remained calm. Aren't our goals the same? You want to kill Moden, and I only want Shan Yuanyu's life. So the man in black is actually Sitong Shao. Could this be what they call hatred born of love? The man pondered for a long time. Between her and me, there's always been nothing but pure hatred. Because he couldn't train the next day, Mo Tan simply took Shan Yuanyu up the mountain to have fun. The clever little Mo gave his young master another idea. He said since the young mistress was there, he should let the young master go hunt some common prey to show off. He was just waiting until he had conquered a kingdom for his wife. But his wife was just cuddling a rabbit affectionately. At this moment, Mo Tan truly wanted to chop little fish into pieces. The psychological shadow he has right now, even the top student in their senior year might not be able to calculate it. But just as the girl was playing with the rabbit's eyes suddenly gleamed with a strange light. It was as if the girl got a bit startled. Then I felt a tremor behind me. Along with the rustling of the bushes, a wild boar charged straight at Shan Yuanyu. Its sharp tusks seemed ready to tear the girl apart. But in the next moment, an arrow struck it dead with precision. However, after the boar died, something strange appeared above. A creature, like a snake, but not a snake. Could it be that only she could see it? The man only realized when he took the girl's hand that at some point her hand had become ice cold. Could it be that she was scared? Although Moden couldn't directly see the creature, with his years of experience hunting monsters, he sensed that something was off. So he told Shan Yuanyu to go home first. He took the little octopus to the back mountain to investigate. Sure
果
enough,
然
he
看到
found
了
the
野
true
猪异
culprit
常
behind
的
the
罪
wild boar's strange behavior. It
正
was
是
the
眼
venom of the
前魔
creature
物的
before
毒
him
液
that had
魔化
corrupted
了
the river water.
只要
Any
有人
animal
过
that
河
drank
水
from
的
the
魔
river
物
would
就
become tainted.
此
This
物
creature
正
was the
是
ruler of terror,
恐
and
吓
the
幻想
illusory
的魔
beast,
物
the Tumsha. As a
但
high
身为
ranking
魔
demon
族
beneath
四
the
灵
four
之
spirits
下
of
的
the demon clan, it
原
should
本
not
是
have
不应该
appeared in
出
the
现
human
在
world.
这
This
里的
environment
环
is
境
simply
根本
not
就不
suitable
适
for
合
him to survive.
最
There have
近
been
的
more and
怪
more
事真
strange
是
things
越
happening recently. At
于
the
此
same time,
轩
Xian
辕玉却
Chuan
怎么
Yu
也不
still
肯下山
refuses to leave
我
the
的
mountain.
一
You
个战
are
五
weakling.
渣就别
Stop
给
making
不悦
things
体
harder for me.
虽然
Although
小何
Xiao
说
Hu
的
made a
很
good point.
可
Xian
轩辕
Chuan
玉
Yu
却
had a
有着
reason
不
he
得不
couldn't avoid.
因为
Because
刚
just
才
a
那
moment ago,
他
he
清晰地听
clearly
到兔
heard
子
the
说话
rabbit
我
speaking.
好痛苦救救我恍惚间好像一些记忆窜进来为
Why
什么
can
我
I
能
hear
听到动
animals
物
talk?
这
What's
有
so
什么
strange
好
about that?
这
It's
就是
just a
天
gift.
不
No
管你的
matter
过
what
去
your
是怎样
past
的
is
你
like,
和我都是
whoever you are, the
少
girl
女
fell
陷
into
入了
deep
深深
confusion.
就
Is it
真的
really
只是
just that
天赋这么
simple? A gift?
他有时
Sometimes
候
she
也在
also
怀疑
doubts herself.
说不
Maybe
定
she's
他真
really
的
not
不
human.
为
Why
什
is it that others
么
can
轻易
easily
做
do things?
对
That
他
others
来说
difficult
却
to
难
climb the
如
mountain for her?
小姐
Miss,
我
I
明白
understand
你
how
现
you
在
feel right now.
但
But
自责
blaming
到说
yourself
自
to
己
the
不
point
是
of
人
saying
就
you're
好
not human.
你
At
顶多
most,
就是
you're
不
just
像
not
正
like a
常人
normal person.
轩辕
Xian
玉眼
Yuan
皮狂
Yu's
跳
eyelids
这丫头
twitched
这么会安
violently.
然而
However,
就
at
在
that moment, a
远处
shadow
的
in the
黑影已
distance
经
had
打
already
开了
opened the scope.
给
For
小
me,
妖
little master,
男
the
人
man
冷漠
coldly
地扣
pulled
下
the
了
trigger.
而
Yet
轩
Xian
辕
Yuan
玉
Yu,
却
relying
在
once again on
恐怖
his
的战斗之
terrifying
举
battle
又一次
instinct.
生生地躲开了这致命子
Felt
弹
the
从
bullet
上
graze the girl's cheek,
上带下
leaving a
一长
long
串的
trail
血
of blood.
此
At
刻
this
他
moment,
也
she
无
has no
心
time
轻
to
易
clean her wounds.
根据
Based on
刚
the
才
noise
的
just now, the
少
girl
女立刻
immediately
锁
locked
定
onto
了
a direction.
然
Then,
后
the
危
sense
机
of
感
danger
再
hit
次
her again.
再
After
次躲
dodging
过
the
不
attack
过
once more,
拉
she
着
pulled
小
Xiao
河
Hu
躲
ahead
在一棵
behind the
大
large tree.
可
But
他
their
们的危
danger
险
was
却
far
并没
from
有
over.
随
As
着
the
魔
dark
气
energy spread,
数只
dozens of
头野
wild
狼
wolves
缓缓
slowly
现
took shape,
伴随着
accompanied
的
by
是
a
天上
sky
铺
filled
天
with
盖地
crows.
一
They
阵
circled
白
around,
直
diving
直
straight
的
towards
朝
Chuan Yu.
玉的
They
方向俯
swooped
冲
down.
而他们的
However,
目
their
标却
target
不
was not the girl,
而
but
是
the
沾染了鲜
blood-stained
血的
branches.
此
At
时
this
轩
moment,
辕
how
玉
could
哪
Xian
里
Yuan
还
Yu not understand? The
暗
assassin
处
in the shadows,
还
and the
有
wild
刚
boar
才
from earlier.
这
All
些
of
全
these
都
were
是冲
targeting her.
于
So
是
the girl
少女
decisively
果
let
断丢
Xiao
下
Hu
小
behind
河
and
战
step forward.
一
One
个人
person
死
dying
总
is
好
better
不
than
了
both of them dying.
你
Who
究
are
竟
you,
是
really?
杀
Are
我
you
是
telling
为
me
了
to stop
阻
the
止
marriage
两大
between the
家
two
族
great families?
远
The
处的
figure in
黑 衣
black
人
and the
却不
distance
屑地
laughed
斥
disdainfully.
就
With those
凭那
beautiful
几个愚
aristocratic
蠢
families,
他们
it's
国内斗就
impressive
算是
if
很
they
不
don't
错
fight among
轩辕玉面
themselves.
色悦
It
仿佛
seems
所
like
有事
everything
都对
aligned
上了
with his
心中
suspicions. So
正
that
说
means
那就
there's
只
only
有一
one
个
possibility.
你
You're
说
from the demon clan, aren't you?
狙
The
击
sniper
手
didn't
也
expect the girl
这
to
么快就
guess
猜
it
了
so
出来
quickly.
没错我是魔但你还记得自己曾经是或许
Perhaps
死
dying
的不
without clarity
对你
is a
来
good
说也是
ending
个
for
不错
you.
只有
With your
你现
current
在的这
status,
墨家
Madame Mo,
就
at
在
this
这千钧
critical
一发
moment,
一
a
把
dagger
匕首
suddenly
突
appears.
你
If
要
you want
杀
to
人
kill, then kill.
反
Villains
派
just
就是
talk too much.
既
It
然
turned out
是
to be
墨
Emma
家
Wang from
分
the
家
Yellow family's branch.
可
But
就
just
在
as
他
he
挥
swung
出
his
匕
fist,
首想要宰了
intending to
这
kill
次
that guy,
狙
the
击手
sniper
却
suddenly
瞬
turned
间
into the
化
demonic
为
energy
魔
and
气彻
completely
底
dissipated.
而另一边莫
Meanwhile,
言也结
Emma
束了战
Yan
斗
had also
恐怖的魔
finished his
物已经
battle.
被装进了小一
A
种奇怪
strange
的感觉
feeling
蔓
spread
延在男
across
人
the
心头
man's
太好
chest.
魔
What
族到
tricks
底
are
在
the
搞什么
demons playing?
当
At
时
that
我
time,
手
I
起
struck
刀
them
落
down one by one.
算
If I
算
count,
数量
there's still
还
one missing. The
逃
one who
走的就
escaped
是
is
要
the high-level demon
的
that
那只
wants to
高
kill your wife.
花
It
费
went
了那
through
么
so
大代
much
价
trouble
追
to
杀
hunt
你
her down.
你不
Don't
觉
you
得
think
这
there's
其中
something
有
strange
奇怪
about this?
莫
Emma
言
Tan
推魔
lowered
追
his
过
eyes to
眼
hide the panic in them.
没准
Maybe
他
their
们的目
target
的
is me.
只
It
是恰
just
好碰
happened
到
that
落
you
单的
were
女
with
儿
alone.
那个魔物的就
If
是
your
你魔
wife,
大少的夫
Xian
人
Yuan you.
莫
M.O.
兰的语
Lam's
气
tone
十
was
分
very certain,
而且
and
还
she
能
can
搞
still
到
get spirit bullets.
要
You
知
should know
道
that
只
only
有
exorcist families
他才
have
能
the
拥
best
有武
spiritual
器
weapon materials.
最
The
诡
most
异的地
unusual
方
part
也
is right here.
明明要
Clearly,
杀他捅
regular
捅死
bullets
但
could
就
kill her.
却
Yet
煞
they
费
went to
苦
great
心的
lengths
特
to
意
find
找来
spirit bullets.
能
There's
满
only
足
one
以上
reason that
所
can
有条
satisfy
件只
all
有一
these
个，
conditions.
除非
Unless the
他
one
要
who wants
杀
to
的
kill
本
is
来
a
就
demon after all.
然
Then
后
M.O.
莫
Lam's
兰又
expression
一
turned
脸
serious again.
说
After
那
all,
毕
that
竟
bride is from the Shan family. They
亲自
personally
送
sent
上
her off
花
in the
轿
bridal sedan.
没有
Without
师傅
absolute certainty.
还是
It's
不要
better
轻易
not
开
to
口
probe
试探。
carelessly.
小
Xiao
何
He
细
carefully
心的
tended
为
to her ladies.
处理着伤口，
Wounds.
上
Her
还
hands
没
had
好
healed,
脸
and
上
now
就
her
有
face is hurt too.
小姐
Miss,
这
your
运气
luck
也
is
是
just terrible.
这
At
时
that
莫
moment,
言
M.O.
推
pushed
门
the door open and walked in.
一
Seeing
看
that the
是
son-in-law
姑
had arrived, the
超短
superstar
裙
showed
肚
immediately made a noise. The
把
cook
你
that was
从
somebody
晒
years
的
ago
被
was confiscated.
把
She
药
neatly
盘
stuffed
利
the
落的
medicine
塞
tray
进了
into the
奶
man's hand.
懂
Being
事
so
的简
considerate
直
is
二
almost heartbreaking.
你
Have
们玩的
fun,
开心吗？
guys.
至
But at
此
this
个二
moment,
人
both
心
of them
中
were
动
filled
了
with questions.
僵
After
持
a
了
brief
片
standoff,
最
Shen
终
Yuan
还是
finally
轩辕
broke
玉
the
打
awkward
破。
silence.
我
I
想向
want
你要
an
一个答
answer from
案，
you.
正好我也想和你要一个答案。不，两
Somehow,
人竟然
they
出
found
现在
themselves
了
in
一
training ground. The
超短
super
裙
short
直
skirt
接
was
就砍
totally baffling.
难
Was
道
it
是
her
他
gaze
刚
from
才
earlier?
人
Did
小
Miss
姐怎么
misunderstand something?
怎么
Why
突
did they
然间就
suddenly
要
start
打？
fighting?
小墨
Little
鱼却
squid
是习以
seems
为常
used
的
to
抓
it
住一
though.
把瓜子。少爷和少夫人都不是，他
We
们的
can't
脑
keep
回
up
路
with
我
their
们
way
知
of thinking.
掐
Want
把
some
瓜子吗？
seeds,
小
shall he?
是
Eat your
你的
head.
头啊，谁是？
Who's your sister?
演
On
武
the
场
battlefield,
那两
the
人
two
神
looked
似无
incredibly
物，
serious. I
相信
believe
以
you
后
and
我
I
都有
have
个
the
同
same
样。
question.
不如
Might
趁
as
早
well
弄明白，
figure it out
免得
sooner.
日后互相猜忌相看。
In
这
this
个
era,
时代
women
女
see
子
their
以
husbands as their world.
无
No
论
matter
世
how
间
much
会
praise
给女人
society
多少，
gives women,
都
it's
不
just
过
a
是
strong showing pity.
弱
For
者
the weak, the
事
worst
情
certainly
这
that gives young girls
照
a
你心里
subtle
狠，
feeling.
但
But
如
if
果
that
这个人
person
本身
herself
就
is
是
strong,
却
yet he's
愿
willing
意
to
将
put the weak one
置于
above
生
his own
命，
life,
要
either
么
this
这个人
person
是
is a
个，
lunatic,
要
or
么就
it's
是
what they
传说
call
中的爱
true
情。
love.
可
But
这
this
段
love
爱
story
情
began
从他
when
说
he
离
asked
婚
for a
开始，
divorce
也是
and
从他
started
不
to
愿
heat up
开
when he
始。
refused a divorce.
而
At this
这时
moment,
的
M.O. Tan was
痛
beating
的
up
是，
Shan Yuan Yu.
就
Even
连
his
他
good
的好
brothers
兄弟
couldn't
都
stand
看
to
不，
watch.
对
He
自己
even
的
hit
亲
his
老
own
婆都
wife
下手
so
了，
hard.
难
No
怪
wonder
长
she's
得
handsome
没
but
气。
still single,
却
and
到
still
现
a
在还
virgin
是
at
个
this
狗，
age.
这
This
就
must
是
be
所
what
谓
they
的
call
凭实
single
力的。
viability.
演
In
武
much
场
relief,
薛
Shan Yuan Yu looked like
像
a
样
proper
拔
draw
出
of the sword. But
只
in
是
next
下
moment,
一
he was
刻
defined by her husband,
打
several
飞了。
meters away.
一
A
个
human
人类无
inexplicably
端猜疑
doubts
自
that
己，
they are a demon.
你
If
若
you were a demon,
那
you
一
would
定是
certainly be
世
the
界
dumbest
上
demon
最
in the world.
但
But
白
everything
天
from
的
the
一切
heavens
都
told
告诉
Shan
你，
Yuan Yu.
他
Perhaps
若
you were not a demon.
为
Why
何
can
能
we see
看
the
到野
monster
猪
on the
身上，
wild boar?
又
Why
为
is
何
Chai
屡屡
repeatedly
遭到
hunted
魔
by the
族的
demon clan?
就
Even
连
the
苏
spiritual
姬
weapon
手
in
里
her husband's hand
也
is
在渴望
longing
着
for
他
the
体内
blood
的心
within。her.
说什
She
么
doesn't
体质
believe
特
that
殊，
you
他
have a
同
special
意。
constitution.
就
Even
算
if it
真
is
的
due
是
to her
体，
constitution,
但
as
是
the
因为
young
莫
mistress
家
of the
手
M.O. family,
将
she
来
will
也总
eventually
有
be discovered
解
and
释不清，
incomprehensible day.
还
It's
不
better
如
to
就
just
当
think
他
of her as a witch.
干
Clean
干
me
净净
sweeping
的
out
扫
the
地，
door. That
届
way,
时
it
也不
won't
会
implicate
连
the M.O. family
和
or the
轩
Shinwan
辕家。
family's reputation.
你
Your
当初
decision
的
back
决
then
定，
was right.
你
You
果然
really
是应
should
该
have
后悔。
divorced me.
可
But the
男
man
人却
just
说
won't
什么
agree
也
to
不。
anything.
至于
As
为
for
什么
why,
他
he
现
still
在，
doesn't know.
或
Or
者
maybe
说
he's
他
too
羞于，
embarrassed to say it.
为
Why
什
won't
么
you
不？
let me go?
冥
You were
冥
the one
当
who
初
asked
是
for a
你先
divorce
提
in the
出，
first place.
两
But
个
you were the
小
ones
家
who
伙
already
已
left
经
uncontrollably.
让
You
你丫
raised
的
your
旗
flag
子
way
竖的，
too early. The face slapping twist is so satisfying. At this moment, the man knelt on one knee in front of the girl. Actually, from the moment he first laid eyes on Xianyuan Jade, he knew he had made a huge mistake. He shouldn't have believed what others said without verifying it. Nor should he have been so stubborn. He didn't even give her the respect she deserved. So now, he doesn't want to keep making mistakes. As he said this, the man grabbed the girl, and then fiercely pulled her into his arms. If I miss you again, I will surely regret it for life. This time, I will protect you well. The girl's face was flushed with shame. She never expected the man would say such words. Then he slowly raised his arm and embraced the man. Wonderful, wonderful. The lovers have finally become a couple. We can look forward to the birth of the young master. Among the group, only An seemed deep in thought. It appears she doesn't think much of their future. After returning to the room, Xiao He softly hummed a song and carefully dressed Xianyuan with a jade comb. This is the first time the young master and the lady are sharing a room. She must prepare the lady properly. Then she dragged her lady out like a dead pig. All right, stop dawdling. The young master is getting anxious from waiting. Xiao He is always so understanding. She packaged the refined lady and delivered her to the door. No one is allowed to approach the room tonight. No one is allowed to disturb us. Mo Yan didn't look back. It left people a bit puzzled about his thoughts. Just as the words fell, Xiao He had already run 2 miles away. Before leaving, she didn't forget to remind the young master to give a good review after the meal. Yet Xianyuan Yu's heart felt a bit inexplicable. He was willing to do anything to dispel her doubts, even willing to make this kind of choice for her. This must be what they call love, right? Thinking of this, the girl's face instantly flushed red. Her slender fingers covered her surprised mouth. I'm crying to death. What I'm about to do to you might hurt a little. But please be patient. I understand, my husband. Actually, the one who's truly been suffering is you. As the two figures draw near, the two little ones are eager to burst into song. This time it's finally a real wedding night, right? What a perfect ending, don't you think? But actually, not necessarily. It's Mo again. This sneaky guy. The two little ones immediately turned and heat in anger. This guy is such a jinx, seriously. If they can't get rid of his blanket, they'll be so heartbroken, okay? After saying that, Xiao He suddenly had an epiphany. Could it be that young Master Lan already secretly in love with the lady? That's why you're not optimistic about this couple. Stop joking around. I've only met your lady a few times. Little squid. Then you must like the young master. But you two are cousins. Ignoring the two little ones' nonsense. Mo Lan went straight to Xianyuan Yu's room. Although it might be a bit late now, it's still better to cut things off sooner. As the man cast the talisman, a golden lotus gradually bloomed, then slowly dissipated in the firelight. Early the next morning, the two little ones promptly delivered breakfast to them. We're really just here for the fun, to see the two newlyweds. Xianyuan Yu looks pretty lively. But Mo Tan looks like he pulled an all-nighter. Sensing the mischievous smiles from the two youngsters, the man grew angry and embarrassed. He immediately grabbed a little sword, planning to patrol the mountains. After all, Mo Lan is still at home. Ordinary monsters cannot harm my wife. He just watched Mo Tan's departing figure. The man silently apologized to his good brother. He might need to get married again, no matter if it will protect him or not. But within the Mo family's residence, there is no place for a monster. Mo Yan hasn't left for long. A sudden gust of wind swept outside. Considering her husband had left without an umbrella, she sent Xiao He to bring one for the two of them. She had another reason for doing this. Her terrifying battle instincts told her again that someone wanted to kill her, and within the Mo family's territory, it was clear who wanted her dead. Are you the one trying to kill me, young Master Lan? Mo Lan was clearly a bit surprised. Since you understand, stop playing any more tricks. In consideration of your status as the youngest of the Mo family, I can let you die without pain. This time, Xianyuan Yu did not choose to surrender. Instead, she stood up from the prayer mat. Speaking of which, you are also part of the Mo family, one of the younger generation's favorites. I wonder if I might be fortunate enough to have a match. Regardless of whether Xianyuan Yu wants to buy time, since she brought up this request, Mo Lan still agreed to it. He went to great lengths to infiltrate the Mo family. Who exactly instructed you to do so? Flashed with a face. He tightened his grip on a long sword. No one instructed me to do this. If I had to say, it would be the Xianyuan family. Seeing that the girl still showed no remorse, the man immediately drew his sword. But she had improved significantly since before. But still no match for this genius youth. The Sikong family villa. The butler was giving a group of students a tour. It said that ever since young Master Sikong returned from studying abroad, he's become strange. The servants who worked for him would mysteriously disappear after just a few days. That's why we've been short on help with him lately. While everyone else was in a state of fear, a young girl was only slightly surprised. Then a playful smile appeared at the corner of her mouth. Upon spying a figure in the distance, the girl directly climbed over the fence. She then kicked forcefully at the man. But before she could even stand up straight, the man had already pointed a gun at her. One more move, and I won't be so polite. The girl was not afraid of his threat at all. Instead, she rushed straight into his arms. Long time no see. I finally caught you, Sikong. But in the next moment, the man unexpectedly, he pushed the girl away. At this moment, Sikong Xiao's soul had already changed. He had no idea she was overly familiar. Girl really was. You can't even recognize my voice. At the same time, Xianyuan Yu was already running out of strength, and it was only then that Mo Lan saw the blade in the woman's hand clearly. It's indeed the Mo family's ancestral sword, yeah. But how would the Mo family sword be willing to be controlled by a witch? Who are you, really? At this moment, time and space seemed to overlap. The two girls speak in unison. I am Xianyuan Yu. So last night, Mo Yan wasn't actually sharing a room with the girl, but instead, Zhao was forced to recognize Xianyuan Jade as his master, so the girl could have some ability to protect herself. Meanwhile, Xiao He had also found Mo Yu, and Mo Tan had already rushed back earlier. When they heard that the manor only had the young madam and young Master Lan left, Xiao Mo Yu was utterly shocked. No wonder the young master rushed back so urgently. If we return a bit later, I fear that the bag on our heads will be 2 meters high. Meanwhile, Xianyuan Yu is still struggling to hold on. Back then, Mo Lan was hunting magical beasts, but only one managed to escape. The whereabouts of the high-level beast remain unknown, and he even visited the Xianyuan family afterward. I heard that a year ago. Xianyuan Yu picked up a severe wounded woman from the battlefield. After that, the two became as close as sisters. But after the eldest lady got married, this bond completely disappeared. Mortal devil demons not only can conceal their demonic aura,
甚
But
至
they
还
can
可以
even
选
choose a
择对
target to
象。
possess.
再
And
有
then
就
there's
是
the
眼
woman in
前
front of us.
和
Her
传说
temperament
中
is
轩辕
completely different.
姐的
From the
脾
moment
气
she was
完
brought
全
into the Shen family,
却
yet she
能瞒
managed
过
to
轩
defeat the
辕
Shen
家
elders
二
and
老
marry
家
into
人
the
物。
Mo family.
种种
All
线
these
索
clues
联合，
together
结论
lead
便
to
已
a
经
clear
呼之欲出。
conclusion.
此
The
刻的
current
轩
Shen
辕
is possessed.
那
By
是
that
魔物，
demonic creature.
可
It's
是
reasonable and logical.
连
Even
我
I
都
don't
不知
know
道
how
是
to
多少，
refute it.
而
And
且
this
还
was
是
a
一
year
魔。
ago.
魔
There
族
was a
曾
power
经发
struggle
生
in
过
the
夺位
demon，clan.
据
It said
说
that the
老
old
魔
demon
王
king
想
wanted to
传位
pass the
给自
throne
己，
to his daughter.
不料
Unexpectedly,
计
the
划
plan
却
was
被
disrupted
小
by
儿
his
子
younger son.
灭
At that time, it
正
was
是
suspected
除
the
魔
demon
事
clan
件
against the demon realm.
大
When the
举
large
进
scale
攻的
attack began,
小
there were
河
simply
简
too
直
many coincidences.
让
It
木
left
兰
the
没
Mo
办
Lan
法
with
不
no
相信。
choice but to believe.
我
I
不
am
是
not a demon.
此
At
时
this
的少
moment,
女
the
已
girl
经
had
放
already
弃
given
了
up
抵抗。
resistance.
显然
Clearly,
男
the
人的
man's
理由也
reason had
说，
convinced her.
魔
The
族与
difference
人
between
族的不
demons
同
and humans
就
is
是
that
死
after
后
death,
身体
their
火
bodies
化
turn
为
to
粉，
ashes.
是不
Why
是
don't
我
we
们
try
试
and
一试？
find out?
可
But
就
in the
在
next second,
凌
a
厉
sharp
的
whoosh
破
sound
空声，
cut through the air.
莫
And
兰
Mo
手
Lan's
中
sword
长
shattered
剑
inch
纷
by
纷，
inch.
正
It was
是
Mo
即
Yan
视感
who
怀
had
着
just
他们，
returned in time.
真是
What a
伤了，
headache.
差
I
点
almost
就
had it
帮
sorted for you.
莫
Mo
眼
Tan,
阴
with a
沉
grim
着脸
face,
抱
picked
歉，
up his wife. You
我
don't
的
need
是
to
不
worry
用
about
的。
my business.
两
The
小
two
时
little
刚
ones just got back.
就
They
看
saw
到莫
Mo
兰
Lan
慢慢咧
angrily
咧的
walking
走
out
了。
just now.
小
Little
莫
Ink
鱼
Fish
满
looked
脸，
astonished.
莫
Could it
非
be
真
that
是
he
被
really
大
caught
少
the
爷
young
捉
master
奸？
cheating?
话
As
一
soon as the words were out,
莫
Mo
兰便
Lan
气急
hurriedly
败坏
returned,
的反
flustered.
小
Little
莫
Ink
鱼
Fish was
再
once
次
again
被
pinned to the ground. He gave him a fierce beating.
发
After
泄
granting
完
his anger,
这
he
才
finally
拿
took
出
out an envelope.
让
He
他
asked him
转
to pass
交
it
给
to Mo Yan.
里
It
面记录
contained
的
his
是他
suspicions
对
about
轩
Shen
辕
Yuan Yu.
还有
And the
从一些
items
杀手
found
身
on the
上搜到的，
assassins,
这可
unfortunately,
是
his efforts
用
were
心中就
ultimately
是
in
错。
vain.
小
Who
莫
is
鱼
Little
何许？
Octopus?
十
A
里八
well-known
乡出了名
daydreamer
的
in
脑
the
补，
neighborhood,
尤其是
especially
在知
after
道二
witnessing
人
the
刚
battle
才的
between
战
the
斗，
two.
原
It
来
turns
蓝
out
少爷
Master
爱的
Lan
人
loves
并
someone
不
who
是
is a young lady.
反而是自家
Instead,
少爷
it's
莫
his
言。
own
在
Master
联想，
Mo.
在西
Playing
安下
around
的
in
细
the
节，
sunset.
虽然
Though
他
he
相
believes
信
his
自家
master
少爷
isn't
不
that
是那
kind
种
of，person.
但蓝
It's a
少
bit
爷
hard
就
to
有
say
些不
about
好。
Master Lan.
回想到
Recalling him,
莫兰
Mo
当
Lan's
时那
shy
娇羞的，
expression.
小
Little
莫鱼
Octopus
备
was
受，
tormented.
到
Should I
底要不
really
要
give the
把
letter
信
to the
转
young
交？
master?
万
What
一
if the
到
young
时候
master
少
uses
爷
it to
因此
dismiss
休
the
了
young
手，
mistress
选
and
择
chooses to
和
spend
蓝
his
少爷
life with
私定
Master
终
Lan
身？
instead?
最
In the
终
end,
小
Little
莫鱼
Octopus
还
did
是
not
没有
deliver
交，
the envelope.
为
For the
了
sake
莫
of
家
the
的
Mo
香火，
family's legacy,
就让
let
他
him
默
bear
默
it
的
all
承受。
silently.
可
But he
他却
didn't
不知
know
道
that
他的
his
这个
choice
却
would
间接
indirectly
走
lead to
无
and
法弥
irreparably
补。
mistake in the future.
这
She
是
was
好
the
姐
stand-in
妹的
bride
题
for her best friend.
可
But
就
just
在
as
他
she
和
and her
丈夫
husband
坠入
fell
爱
in love,
好
her
姐
best
妹
friend recklessly
产生
revealed
了
the
题，
marriage swap.
但
But the
丈夫
husband
却没
wasn't
有因为
angry
这
because of that.
反而
Instead,
是
he
因为
was
女人
heartbroken
对
by the
他
woman's distrust of him.
被
He
这个
was
女
utterly
人彻底
devastated
伤。
by her.
就
On the
在小
sixth
两
day
口
after
离
the
家
couple
出
ran
走
away from home,
莫
the
家
head of
大
the
老
Mo
爷便
family
亲自
personally
动
came to visit.
作
Though
为
the second
二
wife
夫
was
人
at
有
fault
亲
in many ways.
但
After
毕
all,
竟母
both
子
mother
二
and
人
son
都
were
只
just
是
ordinary people.
又能
What
对二
excessive
人
things
做出
could they
什
really
么
do to them?
可
But
他
he
并
didn't
不
know
知道
about
轩
Shen
辕
Yuanya's ordeal.
普
When
通人
ordinary
用
people scheme,
还
they
也
are no
完
less
全不
cunning
是
than demons.
莫
And
言
Mo Tan didn't want
在
to
外
be
面
slaying
讲
demons
说
outside
心
while
里还
still
要挂
worrying
念着
about his
家里
wife at home.
什
He
么
didn't
荣
care
华
for
富贵
wealth
他
or power. As
出
long as
谋
he
未
could
到
ultimately
即便是
benefit
属
from anything in the Mo family,
他
he
也
could
照
do
样
just the same.
他
His
的
wife
妻子
isn't
可不
someone
是谁
anyone
都
can bully.
哪
Not
怕
even
是
if
父
it's
亲
the
的女
father's
儿
woman.
但
But in
最
the
终
end,
他还
he
是
still
答应
agreed.
因为
Because
家
the head
主
of the
求
family
到
begged
了
Shen Yuanyu for help.
我
We
们
don't
可
have
以
to go
不
back. You are.
你
If
不
you
高
don't
兴
like
那
that
个
family,
我
we
们
can
可以
live
永远
outside forever.
哪
Even
怕
if
只
it's
有
just
你
the two
哭
of us.
也
We
能
can
组
still
成一
build
个
a
幸
happy
福的
little little home. At this moment, Xianyuan Yu's eyes were filled with Ding Yi. This was a feeling she had never experienced before. But thinking back to the past, the instructions from the Xianyuan family, the future of Xianyuan and Mo families, we'll leave it in your hands. The girl's hand holding the umbrella trembled slightly. We should go back. I'm going to go back with you. To the Mo family. The head of the family and his wife have also discussed this matter. They said the entire Mo family. To Mo Tan. But all of this happened too suddenly. The mistress could only smile and say, I'll follow the master's arrangements. But she couldn't help grumbling inwardly. I've stuck with this old man for so long, and finally made it to this position. And now just without a second thought, without leaving any benefits for our son. Feeling disappointed, she went to find her son. But second young master felt that things weren't that simple. Recalling the mysterious figure from earlier, he could clearly sense there must be some unspeakable secret between the two of them. As long as he found this flaw, he could crush Mo Tan in one fell swoop, make sure he'll never recover. But he never expected that the evidence would appear so suddenly. On the day young master Mo returned home, the old fish was happily carrying the young master's tonic. Now that the young master and the young madam have reconciled, the tonic will surely be useful to him. But just as he was happily thinking about holding little Mo in his arms, he unexpectedly bumped right into young master Mo. The man disdainfully brushed off the dust from his shoulder. He glanced at the package in his hand, with an uneasy look. Little Mo instantly felt a bit anxious. What if young master Mo found out young master's secret? Otherwise, young master would beat you to death. That's the eldest young master's thing. The eldest young master is about to become the head of the family. Second young master, please do us a favor. Upon hearing this, Mo tossed the package to little ink fish. Truly, when a man prospers, even his pets ascend. Even a servant dares to look down on him. Suddenly, a letter on the ground caught the man's attention. Ignoring the words to Mo Tan on top, the man decisively opened the envelope. The contents inside were the evidence that Mo had previously gathered. Seeing this, the man couldn't help but let out a long howl. It's like wearing out iron shoes in a fruitless search. At this moment, Xianyuan was also filled with emotion. Who would have thought after all the twists and turns, they would end up back here. Miss, this is what the master instructed to give the young master for his health. Hurry and take it to him. With that, she shoved the tray into the hands of the dance girl by the spring. If Uncle looks upset, just use the tricks I taught you. Xianyuan hesitated as she looked at the little girl. Will those tricks really work? Xiaohu gave a big thumbs up. If Xiaohu's feelings fade between them, I should have left a long time ago. In the study, Mo Yan was going over the accounts. The man wearing glasses had a very strange and alluring vibe, combined with his usually shy face. Even young girls couldn't help but steal a glance. What are you looking at? Is there something dirty on my face? Look at you, my husband. You look really handsome today. The young girl's face was full of sincerity. The man's handsome face immediately flushed with embarrassment. Then he took the dishes and drank it all in one gulp. But the four large drinkers at the bottom of the bowl completely made him lose it. These people, what are they? How much do you enjoy joining in the fun? After clearing his throat a couple times, the man changed the subject. The head of the family originally wanted to hand the business over to Xianyuan Yu. But since Xianyuan Yu just got married, he couldn't bear to let his wife be so exhausted. So for now, he's managing it for her. In the future, everything will still need to be. She was entrusted to handle it. But Xianyuan Yu had little interest in these matters. Now her mind was full of Xiaohu's reminders. I always feel like an outsider. Other than accepting few congratulatory gifts, all that's left is to bear a child for you. To continue the family line. As soon as the words were spoken, the man started coughing violently, choking. Who told you all this nonsense? The girl thoughtfully handed him a handkerchief. Then she struck again, directly. I can tell this is a sign of something more. Don't you want it, even a little? The man wanted it for a long time. Of course, he wanted it badly. But he was unwilling. He didn't want to use carrying the family line to pressure. Compared to that, he just wanted her to be genuinely happy. After all, we're the ones living our future lives. There's no need to care too much about others' opinions. At that moment, the girl completely withdrew. She couldn't help but think of her close friends. The words once spoken. A husband is someone you spend a lifetime with. I don't care about other people's opinions. Husband, have you also read Western books? What she said sounds just like her. Upon hearing this, Mo Yan was stunned. Who is she? Could it be that scoundrel Sukong again? Do you still think about him a lot? This question made the girl fall into memories once again. That person was the first light in her life. Her appearance shattered all the chaos in front of her and brought her countless an experience unlike any other. Even though those feelings were quite unfamiliar, I still felt very happy being together. Mo Tan only let out a soft oh. But inside, her heart was already wildly fluttering. The little person in Sikong never expected he would leave her. So many beautiful memories. The so-called best friend should be someone like her, right? Mo Tan's heart was cold toward Ting. But in the end, they're just ordinary friends. What about me, you? What place do I hold in your heart? Intense jealousy compelled the man to ask this question. The young woman glanced at her jealous husband. Are you jealous? The man, whose feelings had been exposed, turned his head away in embarrassment. He was the one who first asked for a divorce. But now he wants to act like her husband again. If she really didn't have feelings for him anymore, so he has no right to be jealous. But at that moment, the girl gently pulled at his sleeve. A friend is just a friend. The girl raised her hand and gently stroked his cheek. You're different. You're my husband. With that, the girl gently lifted onto her toes. She leaned in and kissed him. The scene at this moment was breathtaking. In the man's eyes, there was disbelief. A moment later, their lips parted. For once, the girl opened her heart to him. I've never regretted marrying you. Thank you, my husband. You gave me a real home. On the other hand, the second master has already presented the evidence to the head of the family. The head was in utter disbelief. The second thought his father didn't believe him, and quickly explained that it was written by Mo Lan. But how could the old father not recognize the handwriting? It's precisely because Mo Lan wrote it herself that I find it unbelievable. How could the Xian family do such a deceptive thing? At this moment, Xiao He imagined the scene under the moonlight. Even though the lady is dull, and the lord is a fool, but she couldn't resist that straightforward move of hers. Whenever misuses that move, I believe even a stone-hearted person would soften. Just then, there was a sudden knock on the door. Xiao He instantly panicked a little. Such a good opportunity. Why did Miss return so soon? Out of the door, the young maid. I was shocked. It was actually the young lady. A moment later, Xiao He tenderly tended Shan Yuan Yu's wounds. Then, with tear-filled eyes, she accused Sikong of going too far. That scumbag actually got into a fight with the young lady. He flipped on her basket and flipping a page. Let's ignore this jerk. But Xiao He has no idea that when Tian and Sikong started fighting, she already understood. Sikong's intentions were clear. She's not the same person as before. When she started fighting with her, there was no mercy at all. If it hadn't been for someone knocking on the door at that moment, she might have already died at that person's hands. At that moment, the fake Shan Yuan Yu also walked in. Now she should be referred to as 14. Seeing that the visitor was her sister-in-arms, Shan Yuan Yu immediately stood up excitedly. Circe, I saw Sikong Xiao, but he seems like a completely different person. I'm suspecting he's been possessed by a demon. You've been married into the Mo family for so long. Has the demon plant shown any signs of activity lately? However, on Circe's face, but cold sweat streamed down. Behind the girl, Mo Tan slowly revealed his figure. Shan Yuan Yu was petrified in place. It's over. I never expected there would be someone following Circe. The girl quickly changed her mind and used her hand as a knife, planning to knock this person out and abduct him. But with her small stature, she's no match for a Mo. She was instantly pinned to the ground by the man. Yet the girl still had no intention of giving up. How much will it take for you to shut your mouth? Xiao He immediately broke out in a cold sweat. Miss, this is the young master of the Mo family. The shocked girl was even more stunned. Young master Mo, don't misunderstand. Actually, the two of us are just close friends, that's all. However, the man was completely unmoved. The anger emanating from him made the temperature drop significantly. Even Shan Yuan Yu was frightened. Good thing I didn't marry this man. Imagine the days after marriage. Who is this strange woman? Why is she in our house? Do you even know her? The man looked sharp. After a brief pause, the girl decided to tell the truth. Just as the man was about to turn around and approach Shan Yuan Yu, she stepped in front of the young girl. The decision to marry in her place was my own. It has nothing to do with Shan Yuan Yu. If you want to blame someone, blame me alone. I was the one who deceived you in the Mo family. The man's face grew extremely grim. What Gong said about Mo Lan's previous guess is also true. The girl lowered her long eyelashes. His suspicions all make sense. Even I don't know how to refute them. The man covered his face in pain and laughed softly. Memories of the girl flashing through his mind. The moments spent together, from the initial indifference between them, to gradually becoming closer after getting to know her. He doesn't know how to deal with the situation now. Actually, the method of verification is very simple. Circe places Mo Tan's hand on his own neck. Kill me, and see if this body turns to ashes. Even if I'm really not a monster, the Shan family won't make things difficult for you. Compared to marrying a monster, killing a fake young mistress is hardly a big deal for the Mo family. Circe's words completely enraged Moden. The strength in his hands gradually increased. Do you really have a death wish? At that moment, a hand suddenly smacked Moden's hand away. Shan Yuan Yu abruptly intervened between the two. Even if you don't consider the Shan family, she's still the wife of your eldest young master, and I've already had ties with the Shan family. The Mo family only wants one other daughter from the Shan family, and that's her. Before the wedding, she inquired about Mo Tan. She found out that his character was decent enough. I didn't expect you to be someone who cares about status and background. You were. Stop talking. We were indeed wrong in this matter. But right now, Mo Tan isn't listening to anything. Just now, I said I'd kill you. What are you feeling inside? Circe nervously avoided the man's eyes. She felt that her husband did nothing wrong. For the safety of the family, killing her was a good choice. The man laughed disdainfully. Even at this point, what she's still thinking about is only the family's interests. His feelings as her husband. She never considered, not even a bit. After Mo Tan left, Shan Yuan Yu chatted casually with Xiao He, and only then did he learn that Mo Tan had always treated Circe well, even because Circe was bullied at home. He almost cut ties with his family. I thought the two of them would resolve their issues tonight. I was planning to ask for a little more money for her to play with. Who knew Miss Tan would show up at that exact moment? And she even mentioned the marriage swap herself. How was I supposed to know? Shan Yuan, who had done something wrong, was swaying nervously. She just wanted to gather information about the demon race. She didn't want to disturb anyone, all right? By night, the young ladies slept together. According to what Mo Lan said earlier, There was a significant upheaval in the demon race a year ago. It seems that Sikong was possessed by a high-level demon. It's hard to explain why even Xianyuan Yu didn't recognize it. I originally came to ask for your help, but accidentally exposed your true identity. Who knew 14 in a hurry? Said sorry. It's me who should be apologizing, but she has no idea. And the apology wasn't even directed at her. Just be honest with me, do you like him? She can see that C4 really likes Mo-tan. But this question made the girl's eyes widen in shock. Then I clenched my fist and thought for a long time. I don't have the right to like him. When I said that, however, Xianyuan Yu became sentimental. Liking someone is just liking them. It never depends on identity or qualifications. If you're alive and meet someone you like, you can still marry each other just right. Just debate how to spend their whole lives, unable to seek. Tears slowly well up in the girl's eyes. Shitzi, you have no idea how beautiful I think you all are. The sound of a friend sobbing makes Shitzi's heart ache. Young Master Sikong will be fine. I will find an opportunity to talk to my husband about it. He is a very responsible person. Even if he ends up disliking me for it, he won't turn a blind eye to matters concerning the demon clan. You can rest assured. I can see that he won't blame you. Late into the night, Jianxi, who was fast asleep, suddenly opened her eyes. With her salon, it was her first time experiencing insomnia. She had thought that marrying into the Mo family would be a nerve-wracking game of intrigue. Although she was entering the Mo family as a substitute for Xianyuan Yu, both Xianyuan Yu and her husband were truly sincere to her. The challenges and trials she anticipated never arrived. Instead, they gave her the most warmth. But everything went too smoothly, which made her feel a vague sense of unease. Perhaps the real test will approach her unexpectedly. In an instant, the next day arrives. Today is the day Mo-tan inherits the family headship. At this moment, two people carry a chest and pass by Mo. They start talking about old Wang's wife eloping. However, the person she eloped with wasn't Shao Zilian. Instead, it was a woman. Maybe after spending so much time with little octopus, Mo-tan's imagination has also gotten stronger. Jianxi tearfully says goodbye. Then, carrying a small bundle, leaves the Mo family in tears. But it's that Xianyuan Yu, who has a smug look on his face. At this moment, Shao Big Brother interrupts. The man's train of thought. Brother Time, why are you here alone? Didn't Sister Quan come to the ceremony today? Mo said he's already sent someone to invite her. But I don't know why Mo has such an opinion. Just a friendly reminder. We really can't let sister-in-law be absent today. We wouldn't want her to miss a great show. Mo-tan was a bit skeptical, but didn't delve into it further. After all, the mother and son were used to their usual odd behavior. As the mistress of the Mo family, your sister-in-law knows her place. Upon hearing this, Mo Lawyer found it quite amusing. The master of the Mo family? I'm afraid you and Mo-tan don't have that qualification. She'd be from the demon clan, has even less chance. The Mo family in Cecil Hall is led by the old family head. A group of Mo family disciples respectfully offer sacrifices to their ancestors. After today, you will be the head of the Mo family. In the future, prioritize the family business in your actions. One must not jeopardize the safety of the world for personal reasons. Mo-tan nodded respectfully in agreement. Then he couldn't help but glance back. I wonder where she is right now. Sure, Lu has always been sensible. How could she not come on such an important day? Could it be that she really eloped with Xianyuan Yu? It wasn't until the father and son entered the main hall that the old patriarch decided to reveal the truth. He had already figured out 14's background. Someone so unclear and suspicious, he couldn't possibly let her stay in the Mo family. As he spoke, he handed the family heirloom sword to Mo-tan. The man hesitated. Does he really have to kill his wife himself? Just 3 days into the marriage, the scumbag was going to kill his wife. He didn't set a heavy condition in advance for this, but just as his wife was about to die, in that very moment, the man's heart was tightly clenched. At this moment, he could no longer care. He ultimately chose to follow his heart for the one he loved. He completely betrayed his family. Without hesitation, he broke the lock on the girl's body. Then he fell with her off the bottomless cliff. But just a little while ago, Shitzi, to celebrate her husband's appointment as the head of the family, tried putting on lipstick for the first time, because her friends had said, on such a grand occasion, her beauty could bring honor to her husband. So she allowed Xianyuan Yu. She dressed up carefully to give her husband a big surprise today. But unfortunately, she didn't wait for her husband. Instead, she got an order from the master. The master asked her to go to the altar in the back mountain to inspect it. What kind of strange rule is this? At this moment, the young madam, aren't you supposed to be in the main hall to greet the guests? However, 14 gently interrupted Xianyuan Yu. Today is the day my husband inherits the family headship. She doesn't want to ruin this festive atmosphere because of her. On the other side, the appearance of two people completely threw Mo-tan into confusion. These people were none other than Xianyuan biological parents. Under pressure from the Mo family patriarch, the lady quickly revealed everything that happened back then. It turned out that the one who married Xianyuan place at the age of 14 was this couple's child, an orphan girl picked up from the battlefield. At that time, she was surrounded by demons. She had also lost her memory. After asking around, we still couldn't find out whose daughter she was. So we simply took her home and adopted her. But the girl was exceptionally well-behaved and sensible. She never acted out of line in any way. At this point, the family head was already certain. If it's possession by a high-level demon, then it makes sense. And with such meticulous scheming, there must be a hidden secret. With that, he handed the sword to Mo-tan. He believed his son knew how to make the right choice. At this moment, Xianyuan Yu had already arrived at the altar. But the empty scene made her feel a bit strange. Before she could think much, Mo-tan appeared behind her. With a dark expression, the girl suddenly felt like she had found her support. Then she quickly walked to the man. She explained to him about last night. I'm not exactly a proper young lady. I don't know many rules. But your feelings for me, I'm aware of them. The man's silence left the girl at a loss. But she had no idea how to handle this. The girl noticed a tighter grip on her clothes, thinking her husband was still worried about what happened last night. So she lifted her beautiful eyes and said, what is it, husband? The man's face remained as cold as ice. The veins bulged on his hand gripping the sword. Let me be the one to kill you. Mo-tan's voice was very faint. But the girl, in an instant, widened her eyes. In disbelief, she took a few steps back, but accidentally bumped into the table behind her. As the red cloth was blown out by a sudden gust of wind, the contents of the box were fully revealed. Kunlun jade, fire crystal and Kunlun jade, plus the man's sword in hand. The Yao sword. She's already caught in it now. In the vile demon slaying array, and such a grand setup is meant to deal with. Naturally, she was the suspected monster bride substitute. At this moment, the girl's heart suddenly tightened. She didn't understand why. But if it were someone else coming to kill her, perhaps she would feel a bit better. So, to say, husband, do you really want to kill me? The man's expression remains sternly cold, making it impossible to tell what he is thinking. The girl raises her hand gently to touch, the token symbolizing their eternal bond. She once had deep doubts, and thought her husband should kill her without mercy. But now, at this moment, she realizes that she is filled with so much reluctance. She can't bear to leave the warmth of the Xianyuan family, nor can she bear to part with the sweetness her husband brings her. She even worries that she might never see her husband again. I don't want to die. Even if I really am a monster, I have the right to live in this world, right? But the man shouted at me to be quiet. Eradicating monsters is only natural. There is no more justifiable reason than this. Suddenly, a strong wind arose, and heavy rain began to fall. Since humans and monsters are destined to be irreconcilable, the girl said no more. Flames appeared from my fingertips. Please, husband, enlighten me. At this moment, Xiaoyu is anxious. I don't know what Miss and Master did when they went to the back mountain, but Xianyuan has already picked up the umbrella. No matter what they're doing, they must not get soaked and catch a cold. Anyway, she's not one of the MO family. If the owners remote doesn't allow her to go up the mountain, it won't affect her at all. The girl had just stepped out of the room when she said something unusual. The courtyard had actually been arranged, but for a girl who often runs away from home, it just feels so unnecessary. Even after the girl left, Xiaoyu was still uneasy. She kept feeling like something bad was going to happen. But with the young master here, there shouldn't be much to worry about. After all, the young master was so fond of the lady, he would never let her be bullied. After leaving the courtyard, Xianyuan felt something was off. Clearly, it was young master Momu, who would inherit the family head position. Moreover, the patrolling guards were all armed. What's even stranger is that she actually saw her own mother. Let's follow and take a look. We can't let this witch get away. She's living in this world. Xianyuan is squinting madly in the pouring rain. What on earth is going on? Why is everyone plotting to kill the 14th? Isn't it just a substitute marriage? Is it really necessary to kill someone to cover it up? So it's right that she hates these people. A bunch of stubborn, feeble conservatives. The two on the altar are still going back and forth. As for the moves used by 14, they were all personally taught by her husband. Even when she used her deadliest strike, she couldn't hurt Motan, not even slightly. And the man casually swung out a burst of sword energy. The girl was already struggling to hold on. As a drop of blood fell from 14's lips, the entire altar was suddenly pierced by countless chains shooting out, then tightly binding the girl in the center of the altar. This was after the demon slaying formation. MO10 had set up for the demon. Water droplets slid down the corner of the girl's eye. For a moment, it was hard to tell whether it was rain or tears. I've lost you, my husband. You promised to teach me to cultivate. Yet you always taught me so half-heartedly. In truth, you never wanted me to grow stronger, did you? The girl uncovered the man's hidden thoughts. In fact, at 14, with an independent spirit, if MO10 imparted everything to her, she would focus on cultivation and stop clinging to him. But that's not what MO10 wanted to see. He wanted her to rely on him. He wanted more opportunities to talk to her. But this outcome works perfectly for you. Now kill me is a piece of cake. Just as the man didn't know what to say next, a rain umbrella suddenly hit him on the back. Old people are all muddled. You're not a good person either. When others tell you to hit your wife, you do it. Why are you so obedient? It was Xianyuan you rushing over in the rain. You're so obedient. Your wife said she wants to live. Before MO10 could speak, the sound of dense footsteps came from behind. The shame of the MO family today must be washed away with the blood of this demon woman. Xianyuan immediately panicked. What demon woman? Is there something wrong with all of you in the MO family? How can a perfectly normal person? But before she could finish speaking, a sudden golden light burst out from behind. Cersei writhed in pain on the ground. As the chains formed by spiritual power tightened, the girl could no longer hold back and let out a low growl. Her black hair gradually turned purple. Her originally black pupils were now dyed gold. Even though Xianyuan still couldn't believe it, but the scene before her told her that 14 was a monster. Was she deceived? Yet their past had been so joyful. The sound of the girl's voice burned with spirit power. 14 was too weak to scream. She could only gasp for breath, trying to ease the pain in her body. Why are you still standing there? That's the demon. The truth is right in front of us. Don't let your heart soften now. Do you really want to kill your wife? MO10's face was filled with panic. But his aching heart told him that she truly loved her. You won't care about personal things and neglect the bigger picture. How can I trust you like this? To entrust the MO family to you. The head of the family urged again. Mo's second son saw that the time had come. You few, go give our big brother a hand. Send my good sister-in-law on her way. Several subordinates immediately leapt forward. The sword tip was aimed straight at 14. However, before anyone could get close to 14, a blinding golden light erupted and knocked him back again. It was the divine sword's ability to protect its master. The old family head was truly furious. The MO family's ancestral sword was protecting a witch. It was how the MO family having face left, claiming to slay demons and eliminate evil. Back then, MO Yan only thought his wife's abilities were lacking, and that after marrying him, she'd be easily bullied by demons. So he made her form a blood pact with Nwajia. He only wanted to give her enough power to protect herself. Who would have thought his wife was actually a demon? Perhaps all of this was destined by fate. The man slowly drew out his long sword. Then he fiercely swung it down at his wife. However, she remained completely unharmed. Instead, the chain shattered piece by piece. The man sadly caught the second one. His defenseless wife. I know the grave sins I have committed, but if the time were to rewind, I would still do it. The grave mistake was already made. There's no way to undo it. So let her go. She's not skilled enough to make a difference. Are you really going to turn against us? Just because of a witch? MO Lauer didn't forget to add fuel to the fire. Decide with the MO family, eat my order, kill this demoness. All past grievances will be forgiven. But if you let the young master leave this place, I will sever all ties with him. Though these words seem to be directed at MO family disciples, in truth, they are still meant for MO to hear. He couldn't bear to just watch his son fall deeper. But now that he had made this decision, he would not turn back. With his wife, he fought his way to the back mountain. However, what they faced was a desperate cliff. The man was already too tired and knelt on the ground, taking deep breaths of fresh air. But just as Cersei reached out to support the man, he heartlessly swatted the girl's hand away. If you hate this demon so much, why bother standing up for me? MO Yan turned his head away, unwilling to look into his wife's eyes. He feared the love in them would betray him. Protecting one's own woman. It's an instinct we humans are born with. After this is all over, I will go back and apologize to my father. From now on, we'll go our separate ways. 14 has always been different to worldly matters. These actions of my husband are very confusing to her. Since we're destined to be enemies, why would he still do this? Meaningless protection. And if he can't act today, you won't be able to kill me in the future. By this time, the pursuers had already caught up. 14 placed his hand on the man's hand, instead of being a pair of. The unrepentant fugitive is no better than a helpless person bewitched by a witch. As she spoke, the girl casually pulled out a rope, and then publicly tied it around MO Yan's neck. If it weren't for your relentless pressure, I wouldn't know I am a ingrate of a monster. The girl's gaze already carried a hint of ruthlessness. Since you all insist on forcing me into a corner, don't blame me for being ruthless. The wife's actions left MO Yan stunned. He never expected she would choose to protect him in this way. I've repaid all your kindness, just like you said. From now on, we'll go our separate ways. With that, she forcefully pushed MO Tan away. At the same time, an arrow fiercely. The inertia of the arrow also carried I'm sorry, my husband. I hope in the next life I should be born human. To be an ordinary couple, enjoying the shade under the grain. However, in the next moment, a large hand reached out, and she was falling. She was suddenly embraced by a familiar figure. For love, he risked his life to leap down with his wife. Little did he know, just after narrowly escaping a calamity, his wife wanted to kill her husband. Though in the end, she still couldn't bring herself to do it. Yet she stubbornly insists on divorcing her husband. Percy is very confused right now. Her husband is a young master of a demon-slaying family, but she herself is a demon abandoned by everyone. The future of the two seems destined to be a tragedy, but the love-struck male lead obviously doesn't think so. He abandoned his family for her. He even risked his life to fall off the cliff with her. In the end, his wife insisted that they separate. She said a human and a demon could never have a good outcome. But he, M.O.10, refused to believe this. Only the next moment, his attention was drawn by his wife. The wound on her shoulder drew attention, and he said no more. He carefully bandaged the wound. On 14. Why go to such lengths, my husband? Ordinary wounds heal on their own. But the man ignored her nonsense completely. How could he not know the traits of demons? Even if it doesn't kill anyone, you can still feel the pain, can't you? A man's affection is so obvious. But at 14, she has just begun to unravel her confusion. In the past, she didn't know who she was. She only wanted to be a good wife to a man. Now, she is determined to search for her past. Sitting on, she finds comfort with you. Human emotions shift like waves. My lord, perhaps this is our fate. At this moment in the M.O. family, the couple sits disheartened in the main hall. They never expected that the girl they adopted for several years was actually a member of the demon clan. At this moment, the mistress lets out a cold snort. Our M.O. family sincerely sought a marriage alliance. Is this how your Shenwan family responds? You actually gave us such a huge surprise. Now M.O.10 has been kidnapped by the witch, and the Shenwan family can't escape responsibility. Hearing this, Shenwan you could no longer tolerate it. If your M.O. family hadn't insisted on forcing the marriage alliance, things wouldn't have escalated to this point today. They insisted on using marriage to forcibly bind two people who were not even familiar with each other. Just as he said this, the head of the Shenwan family slapped him. As for being hit, Shenwan wasn't surprised at all. That's just how these old stubborn people think. I'm just a little worried about Sikong Xiaogo. Now that it's turned into such a mess, there's no way to quietly record and assist anymore. Just a while ago, the young girl recklessly charged through the crowd in the rain, completely ignoring the stares of passers-by. Sikong Xiaos, I am Shenwan Yu. I have liked you for a very long time. Will you take me away from here? Tears mixed with heartfelt words overflowed from her eyes. She really likes this man so much. She doesn't want to be arranged by her family to marry another man. Sikong steps falter for a moment. It's clear he heard the girl's confession. I'm sorry. Forgive me, I can't agree to this. Shenwan Yu's courage was shattered in an instant. Why would this happen? Why would even he reject her? She had pursued freedom for so long. In the end, is there really no path other than a family marriage? Miss Shenwan, why are you so determined to escape this marriage? The man used an umbrella to shield her from the relentless rain. He couldn't understand why the young woman was so resistant to the marriage. She hadn't even met the M.O. family's eldest son. After all, we've only met a few times. Do you really like me that much? I always thought a strong, independent woman like you wouldn't need to rely on another man, even when turning someone down. Shenwan Yu wanted to say more, but Sikong Xiao forcefully interrupted her. He handed the umbrella to the girl. Please stick to your ideals and pursuits. If you want to do something, just go ahead and do it. Why care about what others think or how they look at you? But what she's doing now is sticking to her own ideals and pursuits. Does this stupid man even understand that? After returning home, second uncle came in front of Shenwan Yu. Now the whole household is talking about it. You went to find that person to confess, right? What was the result, little princess? At this moment, the girl's eyes are filled with sorrow. Not only did it not yield results, but it also made her start to question her life. She doesn't know if her persistence is right. She does still like Sikong, that's true. But what if it's years from now? What should she do if her feelings change? And it seems that Sikong doesn't have any impression of her. In the future, he might not reciprocate her feelings. In this relationship, she is focused and devoted. How should she manage herself then? After all, this isn't a mutually reciprocal love. Moreover, with the Sikong family's influence, it cannot influence the Shenwan family to make any decisions. Continue to struggle like this, who knows what the meaning is? Uncle was pondering how to respond to the girl's many doubts. What others think doesn't matter. What you want to do is the most important. A few decades of life seem very long, but actually it's very short, very short. It's really not easy to meet someone you like. I hope you don't end up like Uncle Air, missing out once, and then spending the rest of your life in regret. After Uncle left, Shenwan Yu opened the gift box. Inside was actually her favorite dress. After a rustling sound, the room fell silent. By the time Xiao came back, the house was already empty. Something's wrong. The young lady has run away from home again. Back to the present. The master and servant had just left the M.O. family. They saw a group of people beating up M.O.U. And leading the charge was none other than M.O. the sly one. Weren't you full of yourself just a few days ago? Now do you know who the real loser is? Teach him a lesson. Then throw him out of the M.O. family. Xiao helplessly covered her ears on the side. Until those people finished venting. Only then did she rush over with medicine, unaware that her good intentions would be met with a push. Little Squid struggled to stand up. He doesn't need their fake kindness. His young master would never be a traitor. He will definitely come back and take over the M.O. family. Little Squid, want to go find your young master together? Xiao panicked at these words. The young lady was just scolded. If she runs away from home again, the master will eventually disown her. A day later, M.O. arrived with carrying the with a sprained shoulder. After a night of struggle, the couple still couldn't escape the M.O. family. Fortunately, M.O. appeared in time and saved them. At this moment, M.O. needed against such full of guilt. He actually saved the demon. Not only has he become the disgrace of the family, but even the exorcist's honor has been completely lost. And M.O. for opposing the family has fallen into a coma. Thank you, M.O. If it weren't for you showing up to save me, I probably would have lost my life by now. The girl's mention of his name threw M.O. into confusion. Who is M.O.? You are M.O. I'm just feeling emotionless right now. I didn't save you willingly. I just wanted to prevent my good friend from getting hurt. I know you're not willing to accept my apology right now, but I still have one more thing. I have something more important to ask you. Can you tell me the cultivation techniques of the demon clan? M.O. was completely speechless. Are you kidding me? You actually asked me about the demon clan's cultivation techniques? Please, take a good look. I'm from the M.O. family. But before she could finish speaking, the girl interrupted her. Didn't you say your name is emotionless? What does the M.O. family have to do with you? I really need power right now. I want to protect the person who always protects me. At that moment, the door was pushed open. It was Shenwan Yu, who had been waiting on the boat. She wanted to confirm how sure she would ensure That once he learned the techniques, he wouldn't use them against them. After all, there is only deadly enemy between humans and demons. Even 14 doesn't know how to respond. But it might be related to her existing memories. She doesn't feel much about the conflict between humans and demons. Her only understanding comes entirely from the teachings of the Xianyuan family. Now, the only thing guiding her actions, it's only one's own heart now. She wants to be his strength, not always be his burden. Xianyuan felt settled. If this is what you think now, I'm going to believe you once. I'll teach you. I'm talking about this young lady. You can't really be teaching him, can you? Do you want me to remind you again about her identity as a demon? Hearing this, Xian turned his head slightly. In the end, you're just being discriminatory. She just wants to protect her loved one. What's wrong with that? Mo Lan was truly at a loss for words with this young lady. Where does Mo Yan get a chance now? She's just a protector from the demon clan. They treat him as if he has no emotions. What position do they place him in? Shirsi walked out of the cabin amidst the two people's argument. As soon as she stepped outside, she saw a familiar little figure. Is it you? Xiao He cutely poked her head out, then nervously pulled it back in. Xiao He, are you afraid of me? Of course not. Xiao He quickly stepped forward. If she were afraid, she wouldn't have followed me. It's just that lately, all of a sudden, so much has happened. She doesn't know what to do for the moment. And she also doesn't know now how to address her. This young lady she used to be so close with. You, like you are, can call me 14. After all, that's her only memory. She remembers her name is 14. Xiao He looked at 14 with some concern. If you remember everything one day, will you become the kind of terrifying demon little fish talked about? At this point, Xiao He's face grew very uneasy. She doesn't understand the different social classes, nor the freedom those important people speak of. When she looked up again, her eyes were already filled with tears. She only knew that she couldn't bear to part with 14. She didn't want to become enemies with her in the future. The former master and servant embraced and wept once more. A few days later, the group finally arrived at Moda Pucheng. Although the Mo family's influence was strong here as well, luckily there were enough people in the city, and Xianyuan Yu's second uncle is here too. As long as we see the second uncle, we'll have everything. 14 wants to gather some news. The treatment for Mo Tan's unconsciousness. The two little ones want to eat and play. Chuan Yu patted his chest, saying he would take care of it all. My master is out for something. Miss, please come back another time. Xianyuan Yu was completely stunned. Never expected that after rushing all this way, this would be the outcome. Look at me, bro. I really am his niece. Look, my hair is naturally curly too. Without second uncle, how would we survive? Yet the only response she got was the dark muzzle of a gun. At this moment, outside the Xianyuan household, a man in a sharp suit approaches gracefully. The woman you sent is a demon. Did you know about this? The man takes off his hat and holds it in his hand. His expression shows no sign of surprise. The person is none other than Xianyuan Yu's long-lost second uncle. I certainly know. The method to hide the demonic energy was taught to him by me. This answer clearly took the Chuanhuan family head by surprise. He couldn't understand why his brother would do this. What else could it be? Of course, it was simply a desire to destroy the Mo family. She is the 14th princess of the demonic royal family. Yet she married the young master of a top demon-slaying family. And she has the prestigious demon-slaying family as her best friend. However, this elite duo, their first act after debut, was actually working in a cafe to earn money. At this moment, a group of young masters and ladies, unaware of the hardships of the world, they had just fled to a completely unfamiliar city. And the main force had fallen unconscious. Even after finding the doctor, there was no cure. Mo Lan decided to return to the Mo family to get medicine for his brother. However, Willing Fish suddenly grabbed the man's waist, because they had no money left. A useless young master, an ignorant young mistress, a wasteful young lady, and a maid unaware of the world. Willing Fish was plunged into deep despair. Only the one who had the knot can untie it. Without the Mo family's antidote, Mo Tan might never wake up. With a cold and serious expression, he left right after speaking, without leaving a single cent for Little Squid. Little Squid wanted to run after him, but the landlord blocked the door to collect rent. Helpless, they emptied their pockets, barely managing to scrape together this month's rent. And so the burden of supporting the family, it all fell on the young cuttlefish, not yet 10. Have some ambitions, cuttlefish. It's just money. If it's gone, we'll make more. Little cuttlefish sighed, holding her forehead. These ladies in the palace, how would they know the difficulty even a penny poses to a hero? In these difficult times, we must stand united. Little Mawfish, don't worry. We won't let you face this alone. The young lady's words deeply moved Mawfish, even though both said the same thing. When the young lady said it, it was unexpectedly reassuring. So a few naive young ladies stepped onto the path of working for the first time. Unfortunately, in this world, prejudices are still common. Seeing the beauty of the 14th Miss, they joke about sending her to Manhwa House, a place to make big money. But after this job hunt failed, as soon as 14 stepped out, she sensed the demonic aura. Now that she has cultivated the demon clan's techniques, she is very sensitive to demonic energy. She chased it for a long time but couldn't catch up. It seems to be another high-level demon beast. But just at that moment, a dark hand quietly reached out towards the focused 14. 14 touched her with a swift knife hand strike. Unexpectedly, the person came to Xianyuan Yu. Her friend grabbed her and left right away. It turned out she had already found a job. And so, the two officially began their working lives. Moments later, Shirsi, dressed as a maid, looked quite uncomfortable. But Xianyuan Yu seemed completely at ease. After all, Hua had studied abroad as well. She easily accepted this premise. However, the guest's conversation caught her attention. Lately, someone has been mysteriously killed at night. She wondered if it was the monster she sensed today. After a hard day's work, she successfully got her payment. Although it wasn't much, as long as she can maintain the status quo, it's fine. But 14 felt a vague sense of unease. That demonic energy was different from what they had encountered before. Still, the other party wasn't a good person, and to dare cause trouble in Gucci, where the Mo family has a stronghold. There's a high chance something has happened to the Mo family. Thinking of this, 14 felt a bit guilty. If Mo Yan were still with the Mo family, who would dare to stir trouble within their territory, jumping out to cause trouble? At this moment, the Mo family, second master Mo successfully took over the position of young master. And the first thing he did after assuming office was to eliminate all the Mo family's branch forces. Second master, we've worked hard for the Mo family for decades. Everyone has been loyal and devoted. I've watched you brothers grow up. If you dismiss us all so abruptly, it won't just chill people's hearts. It will also plunge the world into peril again. But Mo Lao won't listen to such words at all. His loyalty is undeniable, but his loyalty is not rooted in understanding. Please allow me to meet with the master. I'll ask him face to face. Just as the words were spoken, bang! A gunshot rang out. The bullet pierced through the man's arm instantly, defying authority. Do you think the Lord is someone? A mere branch family head can meet whenever he wants. Now, he has the spiritual material, the guns and ammunition made, can easily eliminate monsters, even for ordinary people. The Mo family has changed. Your feelings for Mo Yan are too deep. To avoid meeting on the battlefield in the future, it's better for us to separate while we still can. Otherwise, when there's no danger, you will be the greatest danger. On the other side, in the Western restaurant, ever since the 14 came to this restaurant, the crime rate here has noticeably decreased. Whenever she encounters situations where girls are bullied, she always uses her innate charm as a demon to make the troublemakers obediently leave in silence. Beware. Will you dislike me for using my magic? How could that be? 14th. You've used it in the right way. But for the demon clan, the right way of humans probably isn't a good thing. She had seen in the records of the Sham family that in the past there were always demons who used this kind of seductive magic to stir up wars among humans. But she couldn't understand why the demon clan did such things. This ability could clearly, easily end the war. What can the demon clan gain from the war? It was another rainy day. That day, Xian Zhuanyu received a delivery task. He had a vague feeling that something would go wrong. So, Shisi grabbed an umbrella and chased after him. Xian Zhuanyu had just sensed that the buyer was nearby. A familiar figure suddenly burst into the girl's view. Si Kongshao looked a bit disheveled. The scarf in his hands was also stained with blood. At that moment, people started to panic. Another person is dead. The killer has appeared again. Xian Zhuanyu was struggling to accept the scene in front of her. The blood-stained scarf from the panicked crowd. Why is the murderer him, of all people? Why are you standing here in the rain alone? Shisi caught up. Xian Zhuanyu seemed to find a pillar of support. She immediately threw herself into the girl's arms. Shisi, you have to help me. I can't just watch him turn into a murderer. He's such a good person. An abandoned warehouse. A phantom slowly emerges from Sikong's body. In the next moment, Sikongshao looks confused. Where is this? Why am I here? Then a mouthful of blood is spewed out. Control of his body is gradually slipping away. Every time the red moon appears, the restriction on you will activate. If you don't honestly complete the task, I won't help relieve this pain for you. Meanwhile, in the rental apartment, Xiao He was flattering with great satisfaction. Young Master Sikong is just perfect everywhere. Good character, good family background, and he's well educated and has studied abroad. That's why our young lady chose him. Little Octopus is giving him a massage, but she's full of disdain. Sure, it's good that he studies seriously, but isn't my young master skilled in both literature and martial arts? Even more impressive. By nightfall, Shisi sat by the man's bedside. She wants to borrow the blade of Nuo from Mo Yen. Back then, Mo Yen tried countless times to make Nuo recognize her as its master. She faced backlash every time but kept standing back up. Why don't we just give up, husband? Women in this world don't need power. Even though his hands were cut countless times, he still insisted on doing it. Originally, he thought the same, until the monsters repeatedly troubled his wife. He feared that one more time, and he would lose her forever. In the end, he successfully got Nuo to protect his wife. Even in places where Mo can't see, Nuo would still grant power to 14. But now, 14 can clearly feel it. Mo Nuo was resisting her. I don't know if it's because Mo fell into a coma, but this time, she might have no choice but to rely on that power. Late at night, Si Kong staggered down the street, as if all the strength had been drained from him. The two girls in the shadows also followed closely. They wanted to see what the man would do next. Moments later, Si Kong appeared at the dock warehouse. She no longer felt the exhaustion from earlier. What was being traded this time was the recently produced spiritual weapons and bolts from the Mo family. I'll take the whole shipment. And from now on, I'll take as many as you have. Si Kong's words shocked everyone. That many weapons. Even the armed smuggling gang leader was a little surprised. If the target were ordinary humans, there wouldn't be a need for so many psionic bullets. But just at that moment, all the light bulbs in the warehouse exploded. A shadow rose from behind the man, betraying the monarch and siding with the barbarian. You deserve to die. Upon hearing this, Si Kong's face instantly changed. You still don't know, do you? The kingdom you're in has long since lost its monarch. The man with the massive Si Kong's concession suddenly felt at ease in place. Seizing this rare opportunity, the man generated several lines of demonic energy in his hands, quickly wrapping them around the ghost. The newly formed ghost possesses such power, which he could make good use of. However, just then, the blood moon appeared. Si Kong was instantly drained again. The power controlling the ghosts in front of him began to shatter. The result, of course, was being killed by the ghosts in return. Just then, a figure burst through the door, and a sea of flames followed. It was none other than Xian Yuanyu, who arrived just in time. Still want to try to Xian Yuan's advanced spiritual fire? Things looked grim. The ghost chose to flee at the first opportunity. Just outside the door, Shisi happened to witness this scene. She dropped Xian Yuanyu and chased after it. She needed to confirm if this monster was the same one that had possessed Si Kong before. Although its aura blended with the previous one, it was still a high-level monster. He didn't hide his presence at all, and it seems like he is in some pain. After a moment, 14 finally caught up with the ghost, but with just one strike, he subdued it. It has no fixed form. It should be a ghost transformed by obsession. Generally speaking, if the essence is a soul, there must be something that binds its obsession. 14's gaze fell on the jade pendant on the ghost's chest. This must be it. The girl pushed with all her might. Then she struck forward with great force. A crisp shattering sound was heard. The mask on the ghost's face shattered as well. At this moment, not far away, a figure in purple quietly observed everything. That face. It really is her, isn't it? And after the jade token on the boy's chest shattered, his mind gradually became clear again. As a thank you for freeing him from his obsession, he chose to transform into a spirit and enter the Nuashan sword. At first, he resisted her strongly, but in an instant, he became completely obedient. The wounds caused by the previous backlash had all healed in a short time. But in the next moment, a dense, unprecedented magic energy appeared. It shocked the girl greatly. Had that person been watching her the whole time? Her innate combat talent had surprisingly gone unnoticed before. Just when the girl thought this would be an even more brutal battle, the demon clan elder Basil greets the Lord. All 14 eyes widened. What did you call me? That's right, Lord. You are the 14th princess of the previous demon lord.
Nostalgia just got spent. First of the month comes, gotta pay rent. Where the money goes slipping through my hands. I'm working with these hands. Little Johnny needs a lunchbox. Little Susie needs clothes and it won't stop. Thanks telling us something they don't care. It's more than I can bear. I gotta believe I can more than survive. Still want to get this one shot.
俺が守る 俺は俺の責務を全うするここにいる者は誰も死なせない
Mom crying on the sofa. Dad comes home but he's not sober. With the family go up and smoke again. Feels just like sinking sand. I gotta believe.
世界は残酷なんだ何にも変わってねえなお前は何もできねえじゃねえかよ
死んでたまるか
We're gonna make this one shot.